Alright, we are live with Charged Weekly Races. This is the rookie split. Right now we're going to get ready to go to qualifying soon. I'm going to be your commentator for today. I'm Camo JG, and I have my friend Will with me. Will has a lot more experience doing this than I do, but I decided I'd give it a whip because these cars just don't click with me. But it should be an amazing race for all the splits, no matter what. It's a very interesting car and track combo. This the GT5s at Croft, and I think the biggest factor is going to be the cars. The cars are very stiff, very snappy, and the curves will just kill you. So it's going to be a big focus on driver skill for this race, and the rookie split. People are really going to earn their stripes and show everyone what they can do. So, Will, what are your thoughts about practicing for this race all week and getting ready to go to pro split once this one's over? Alright, give me 1 second. We got some audio gremlins to work out here, but Chad, is everything all right for audio levels? Everything good? Not on track that I can see. I hope we are. All good? You guys can hear Will and all that? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Alright, chat. But I think there might be some problems with liveries going on now, but I'm sure Zyph and all the mods. Okay, they can't hear Will. Will, I'm gonna fix that. I think it's just because of how the audio captures are. It's strange. No, desktop audio is not muted. I don't think Discord goes through desktop though. Well, it's not going through then. I'm gonna try to set up a new audio capture for let's give that a try. Working through all this. Please hold, chat. We've got some technical difficulties, I guess. We got server problems and audio problems, so just give me 1 second.
there are cars on track now, so that's good. I can hear myself on stream now. Hello, chat. I'm here.
Hello, Chatterino. We are back. Sorry for that. That was a little unforeseen. You know, practice makes perfect, but I didn't get enough practice, so it doesn't matter. Well, we are in the qualifying right now for the rookie split A. As I said before, Ginetta GT5s at the Croft circuit. Very interesting car track combo. And before I figured out that there was an audio problem, I asked Will about his thoughts for practicing for this circuit. So, Will, if you could run back through that again for chat, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah, the biggest thing is that these cars are very unforgiving and this track is extremely bumpy. So I feel like the biggest thing for today is going to be, can the leaders keep the car in control for the entire duration of the race, or both races really? And can people get through the corners, avoid drama, and keep it under control? That's the biggest thing, is control. That's the word of the day.
Double Will, double the goodness. Let me figure that out.
Wait, is there still an echo?
It's gone. I think we have it.
Oh, people are saying it's gone.
This is the kind of thing that happens when you try to do this for the first time, Jet.
But this is also, this
Echo's
is
gone.
just the
We
rookie
fixed it.
split. Excellent.
This is the rookie
And
split.
now
This
we've
is
got
where you hone your
we've got
skills for
time
pro
stopping
split.
it.
That's why we're here. All right, so we've
Oh,
got
yeah.
timing now. Fastest lap in the session so far is with Toaster.
A 131.3.
Let's get a
I
look
know
at Toaster.
he's
So
got more than that.
yeah,
He's doing 30s.
some of the fastest times I've seen all week have been, you know, around the 30s, the high to mid 30s. I think that's going to be the benchmark for the pro split.
Who are these people with the missing names? What's up with that?
I'm not sure. They're not showing up on. Yeah, that's strange. But Toaster has the lead right now, 131.364. Task Cats behind him, Ramo SX, an alien apparently with a nice livery. Rajtastic's in fifth, and let's keep watching Toaster go around. I think the no names issue is going to be an Assetto Corsa problem, and unfortunately, I don't know programming.
I mean, that's what, like, I was looking at the
Ramos
server
X,
information.
thank you. Thank you, in chat. Yeah, I'm new to this. Oh, there might be Calamity here. Toaster getting squeezed. I can't really tell who that is right now because...
Control L to get the
no
names
names.
to pop up.
It's Gumi.
It's
Toaster
Gumi's
is
in there.
fighting with Gumi right now on... Ooh, a bit of a slide there.
That curb will eat you up and Toaster into the pits.
So we have a very nice livery, I might say, going off track there. Justice for Gumi. Nice. But I hope Assetto Corsa can figure out its name problems not showing up for the race. It'd be nice to know what's going on and who's doing the... what's it called? Driving. That's what you do with these cars. But watching practice servers all week, it's been really interesting to see the times come down. People have really figured out this car because the general consensus when everything kicked off at the start of the week is like these cars are very, very tight, very unforgiving. And I know most people haven't driven this track at all, so it's been a learning experience for everyone. It usually is for these weekly races, and it's really cool to see everyone figured it out, sharing setups. It's Charge isn't really one of those places where if you find an advantage, you're not going to, you know, just keep it to yourself and never share it and use it to just run off into the distance. People are sharing setups all the time in the weekly chats, and it's a really fun place to race. Everyone's friendly. Everyone does random Euro Truck and War Thunder lobbies on the side, and those are always great to be in. But the weekly races are lots of fun to drive in. They're lots of fun to watch, and hopefully lots of fun to commentate. We got some good action here. 31.364 is still the benchmark time. But what do you think the fastest time set all day is going to be?
All day, I think that if we don't see a low 130 in the pro split, I'd be very surprised. There's supposed to be like 7 or 8 people in the pro split who can get into the 130s, which is just outrageous. I know Toaster's capable of getting into the 30s here. He's done it. He's done it a bunch, and I'll be interested to see if he can pull it off. I mean, he's not comfortably on pole position right now. I just realized that there's a thousandth of a second in between him and No Name in second place.
Yeah, 2,000ths of a second. That's a gap that can easily be eliminated by just a little twitch on the outside of a corner. But we're getting a look at DK Senior, of course, the senior to DK, with a very nice Simtwats livery. That would be quite distracting if I was on track. But yeah, we've got some very strong, almost alien-like drivers in the pro splits. They're going to be doing things like mid to low 130s. That's about where I'd expect things to be. Just based off lurking
Yeah.
around in the Discord, keeping up with the developments of people's setups and times and skills. It is a very tricky track. It's simple when you look at a map, but you know, especially with these cars, you've got to
Oh, DK Senior into the wall.
yeah. Hopefully, no one comes by and just punts him to outer space. But yeah, this is a very driver-oriented combination. Time Lord Spyro saying Alan to win in chat. I don't think Alan's in this split. I could be
No,
wrong though.
he's in pro split.
It's not like I can tell because we've got second place here with a very fast 0.365.
Try a different camera angle on that guy. Maybe we can deduce who it is by looking at his livery.
I don't know.
Think it's F5 cam. Justice for Gumi.
He does have a good
Oh,
livery, the
it's the
honey
honey
buns.
buns. So I would
It's a nice
assume
livery.
that this is definitely one of Gumi's friends, but
Yeah.
can't tell who, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, Assetto courses like this sometime. I'm going to re-log into the server and see if that'll fix it, so hang tight, chat.
I'm so excited for these races. A lot of people have been putting in a lot of practice this week, so it's going to come down to, like I said, how well they can keep it together. Nuji is pink honey bun, Saw is green honey bun, and Gumi is yellow honey bun. Good to know, Jack of all games. Thank you so much. Actually, because if we can identify people through their liveries, then we can call them out. But yeah,
Yeah,
Seto
hopefully it
Corsa
doesn't
is
come to that. But
yeah,
thank
Assetto
you, Jack
Corsa
of all
is
games.
very weird today.
Yeah, I've had issues all week setting up all the things along this, like Pro Race was going
The
to.
pro race is in an hour about
Yes, it
because
is.
we have two 20-minute races. First one based off of qualifying. Second one is reverse grid. Oh, oh no, there's still names missing. But
Oh, well, there's more more names that are visible, chat. So we will go back to this. Of course, you don't want to watch me in the pits. We want to watch Toaster, who is still on top with a 31.364.
it looks like I guess that was Nuji. It looks like his lap's not up there anymore because he had a 31.365.
So that we've got an Amazon livery that needs identification. We've got some tire warming, I think, behind him. That's a bit of an unfortunate off there. I think that was not Modi. That was not Matt's. Toaster sets a brand new lap, heading through some cones. 131.105, so he is now a little bit in the clear from Katz, who has a 31.280. So the top
And
two
then
are
toast
separated by
just a reminder that Toaster is on a controller, so it's not always
yeah.
about the gear that you have.
Yeah, if anyone's looking into the stream, thinking, you know, should I join, should I not? I don't really have a wheel. I don't know how I'd do. Toaster is proof that no matter what, you can be fast. A 31.1 is blisteringly fast for rookie splits. And I mean, Katz is on his tail. He might be able to usurp Toaster for pole. Very nicely done. Red Bull livery, of course, proclaiming that DK
That's
is faster than
DK's,
you.
yeah.
And DK is faster than most people. He is usually a front runner in pro splits, as far as I've seen. And well, watching him, that's very, very close on that tire wall for Cats. He's up 3/10 on his delta, so I don't think he'll be able to get Toaster this lap.
I think that might be Delta 2 leader though, so he could be on it.
Oh no, let's see. Across the line,
Oh,
131.2.
just
So
shy. He still improves, but
he's still a little under 2/10 behind Toaster. Of course, got the someone's off. Let me just
this is Nuji.
yeah, Nuji is the pink livery, and
Although the
he's
liveries are
only.
switched up, so it could be
We're
anybody.
going to assume this is Nuji. Hopefully, we can find out soon. But of course, that is Assetto Corsa willing to cooperate with us. But no matter who's in the pink Honeybuns car, he's just gone to P2, only 1.8 off the leader. So we've got everyone down to P5 in the 131s. Rajtastic just holding on with a 131.9. And I don't think he's going to be able to improve his lap this time, but he's almost done, so he gets a chance at another one. But Toaster in the pits, and we have the pink Ginetta. Hello, Toaster. The pink Ginetta, only 300ths down on the leader, Toaster. So you might want to hop back out on
Oh,
track and
Toaster improves to a 30.9.
he goes to a 30.9. Unfortunately, we can't get a TV cam on him, but he does have a challenger. Only 2/10 thereabouts. Toaster saying traffic is horrible in chat. Yeah, I believe you. It's a pretty good track, but it's not a very large or wide track, especially with how precise you need to be for the racing lines to get into the 30s. But the pink Ginetta has a 112.4 through the first or second split, I think it is, 2.41 down on the leader. So I don't think he'll be able to pick that up in one corner, but he has another lap, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, giggity, left in the session now. So time is beginning to wind down. DK Senior hanging on to P9 in the top 10, very impressive. That livery is something else. I hope it never goes away. But rolling down through the field, we've got Toaster in the pits, currently in the lead with a 130. We have Nuji probably in the pink Ginetta with a 131.1. Task Cats with a huge slide, saving it just off of the track. That is a
Oh, his tires are
highlight clip
cooked. Oh
as
man.
the Amazon car
Somebody goes off.
bins it right in front of him. That was an absolutely heroic slide from Task Cats. I'm glad we caught that in time.
That was insane.
Well held. He was full. Oh, couldn't catch
Oh
that one though in the
no.
low speed corner. It doesn't matter.
The issue with these tires is they hold their heat, so if you get a little slidey like that, your tire is going to
Yeah,
be hot for a long time.
there goes Antonio on the outside. We're taking a look at Ramos X. Got it right, chat. He's got a custom livery, kind of in the vein
Almost Ramos.
of a charge livery with a lightning bolt down the side. I do like the combination of the lighter blue and the lighter yellow. And of course he's got the L on the front and the back, and a phone number that I'd probably not call. But
Hello, Toaster.
nevertheless, he's in P4. Let's see if he can improve his time. Stays
He does
P4,
not.
does improve his time, 6/10 off of the leader. Rajtastic with another one of the Sim Twats liveries. This is just a classic. I think this is going to be a staple for charged weekly Swim Twats liveries with people's faces all over him. A little bit of a twitch on the apex. He is 1.5 seconds down on the leader. But let's see if he can improve his standing on the timing screen. 131.9 to beat. Gonna finish with a 132.6, but he's got time for another lap. Gumi, this is a name that I can do right consistently. Gumi is just beginning his lap. There's a little bit of traffic ahead, so if one of them gets it a little too hot, slides off track, he might have something to deal with. But he's been fairly strong, P6, upper part of the top 10. And I think he could be a little bit of a dark horse challenger for this race because, of course, turn one, there's no way to tell what's going to happen. And, yeah, he might be in a very good position in the middle of the top 10 to capitalize on it. We've got another no-name telling me goodbye as the camera focuses on. Goes way off track to let another driver through. 32-1 on. Let's go to the F5 cam. Let's take a look at this livery.
Oh, it's a Ouija board.
I
Ouija.
can't say I have seen a livery like this in Assetto Corsa or otherwise,
It's pretty
but
neat.
the everlasting Ouija. But it is a pretty neat livery.
Ouija.
He's going to head into the final sector. We've got the green honey buns. Do you remember who that was, Will?
The green honey buns is supposed to be Salt.
Okay.
Oh
Sot
yeah,
is the
yeah.
green honey
Jack
buns.
Wolfgang is on it.
Thank you, Jack. He's going to cross the line. And he will set a
He does not
132.3.
improve.
Doesn't improve. DK Senior getting sheared on by his son. Still in the top 10, P9. And with a livery we've covered, we'll watch him round out the final couple of corners, and we'll bring you the final qualifying times once the session is over in about 20 seconds. I need to almost bring out a notepad to keep track of all the Honey Buns liveries that don't have names assigned to them, which is unfortunate, but Assetto Corsa is Assetto Corsa. 33 flat for DK Senior, stays P9. Is this another Honey Buns livery to take a gander at? No, this is the Amazon livery. This is one of my favorite liveries this week, and he is going
Oh,
on a little excursion. I don't
into
think he
rookie
wants to
jail.
start running over some spectators, but nevertheless, this Amazon livery is extremely well done, and I really really like this. Hailing from Poland, according to chat, this guy got his wheel like 4 days ago, and he's in the top 10 for rookies on a very challenging in a very challenging car. And if this is his livery, he might just be the full package because he's very fast out of the gate and has a very clean livery to go with it. And the session is now over. Castrol is going to try to get his last lap in. I think he might have snuck into it. But he
Oh
goes for a
man.
huge slide, dodges the tires barely, and he comes to a stop on the racing line. I think that's gonna mess up anyone's
Oh,
plans. He resets to
I mean, I
pits.
don't think anybody in that area are gonna be on for another lap anyways, so it's
No, I
all
don't
right.
really think so. Ihan is lost to the cameraman. He doesn't know where he is. Shiro puts in a 33.5, 2.6 off of the leader. Not a huge gap from all the way up and down the field, which is always great to see competitive racing. Antonio Pastrana, cameraman has found him. He's on a pretty decent lap right now using one of the charged spec liveries. And Raj Tastek has gone to P6. Of course, that horn is just something special. I can't wait to hear a bunch of those on the line. Modi in the pits, Matt's in the pits. That horn's just great. But that'll do it for qualifying. Toaster on pole for the first rookie race. A very strong 130.9 for him.
You
That
should set up
is
the free cam to get onto turn one because I'm predicting a lot
yeah,
of.
we're going to be able to get a nice angle of this.
It's not just ACTV. It's even on the server. I can't see anybody's names. It's very weird.
Yeah, I
The way
think
the
it's
chat is
just
set up.
Assetto Corsa being Assetto Corsa in its own finicky self. But we'll try to work around it best we can. But I'm also going to try to get you guys a very nice view of turn one, and the cars will be lined up right about where I'm looking right now, just on the pit straight. And we're gonna try to kind of follow all the action through, and then we'll move over to our trackside cameras to get a look at the action from there. Toaster's going to try to use his clutch at the start. In my experience, that's going to be the best way of starting, but he does also have to deal with his brother stealing his controller while he's away. It'd be an interesting way of doing driver swaps. I don't think a driver swap is necessary for a 20-minute race, but let's see how this one's going to shake down. Should be beginning shortly. Get the cars all lined up. Yes, they're all lined up and ready to go. So we're going to get a nice far-off view look from here. Once the ACTV tower shows up, we will be able to bring you live timing. But as of now, all the cars are on the grid. Everyone's kind of getting set, breathing, and trying to figure out their plan for turn one. Of course, everyone has a plan until someone comes barreling in on the inside and destroys them. But
Everybody knows the race is won on turn one.
oh yeah, of course, especially for long races, especially if you're in it like a 24-hour race, always send it down the inside in turn one. You're going to win it right there. And if you do that, don't tell anyone that I told you to do it. Just keep that between you and me. But should be ready to go sometime soon. I'm sure if I zoomed in, I'd hear a thunderous horn of that. Oh, you've heard it. You know what it's like. I can't think of any words to try to fill out the time in between. Will, who do you think is going to take this one?
I think Toaster has showed his pace compared to the guys on this field, so I think if he can keep it together, which he has been struggling with, I think if he can keep it together, he should be on for a win here today. But it
Yeah.
also comes down to performance of everybody else. I think the more apt predictions, because we can't with a race like this, it's hard to predict who's gonna win. But we can't. What we can predict is how many people are gonna die coming into this first sector, and I think it's gonna be at least 5.
At least five. You got at least five. I'm gonna bump it up to 7 people who are gonna get caught up in some turn one calamity. But we've got. Oh, look at that. We've got a couple bits from Timon. Timon. I can't
Timon,
pronounce anyone's names. Timon.
you got it right the first time.
Well, Timon's delivered a couple of bits to the stream chat. Thank you for that. And we should be paying you back with some decent racing slash demolition derbies into turn one here. I think the chicane's going to be the biggest bottleneck for these guys. But we have a prediction in chat for only 3 dead. That is very
That
optimistic, but I kind of hope you're right because watching everyone make it through in one piece would be very impressive, especially for rookies. Toaster's dropping out of stream chat. Timon's got at least 8, so we've got plenty of predictions. There's a 7, 3 before turn 1, 7 in
before turn one.
T1. I'll try to get the best camera work I can.
I bet you there's gonna be a car stopped facing the wrong way before they make it through the chicane. It's usually what happens. That's my
That's
favorite thing about rookie splits is just seeing the one car parked in the middle of the track facing the wrong way.
yeah, that is quite likely to happen. But they should all be lined up. Toaster dropped out of stream chat, so we should be looking ready for the lights to show up soon. Anytime now, said of course. Yeah, Pika. Yeah, Toaster's probably going to get the full rookie split experience through Sector 1 here.
Oh yeah.
Provided he can keep this car under control, I think he'd be on to win. And we've got lights now.
Here we go.
Survival of the fittest. 3, 4, 5, 6 lights are on. And we are green at the Croft circuit for charged GT5 racing. Bit of movement up and down the field so far. Everyone kind of fanning
Whoa.
out, trying to find the right spot to be. They come through at slideshow frame rates for me. Down through turn 1. We've got
Oh,
some
people are
excursions
going
off the
off.
track. Mostly clean. The rejoins are all right.
Oh,
3 wide down the field, and there
uh,
is 2, 3, about 4 cars
only
involved in a
3?
little scuffle there. Much less than I was expecting initially. and
Toaster
Toaster
running
has
away with it.
a fairly commanding lead. He's almost built up 8/10 of a lead. Ramos slots in right behind him. They're 2 by 2 a little further down. It might be 3 wide soon. We've got Gumi right in the middle of it in his yellow Honey Buns car, trying to get a run on Task Cats and Name, according to Assetto Corsa, just in front. Gumi might be sizing up a move here down the inside, backs out of it at the
Ooh, he
last
backed.
second.
Oh,
That
that
could
was
have
really
been
risky.
disastrous.
Good on
But it
Gumi for
was
backing
it was
out of
very well
that.
held. He almost loses it
Oh,
on the outside of a corner. Gumi not having the cleanest first lap that he would be imagining before the race, but he has survived. He is P5, and Toaster is going to be going through the final corner to lead the field through lap 1. I thought there was going to be a lot more calamity in turn 1. I think everyone was. But the people who guessed that there wouldn't be a whole lot of trouble were right. Only about 3 or 4 cars were making contact with each other. The rejoins were far better than they were last week in the Formula Agiles. But now the field it's mostly settled down. There's not much of a gap between anyone. Antonio Pastrana almost heading off the circuit with all 4 wheels. But Toaster in charge here. Ramos is under pressure from behind from the pink Honey Buns car.
Ramos put in a lot of practice. Ramos, as the chat is asking us to call him, but he's put in a lot of practice this week. I believe this is his first multiplayer race in sim racing, so
He's
getting a
done a
second place
fantastic
here
job
would
in that
be.
case. Bring it
Oh
all the way up
yeah,
to second, navigating that those first few segments. Very tricky in these cars. I couldn't do it, so I mean, more props to him if he can keep it together for the rest of this race. And I guess he just has to survive because he's in a very good position. He's on for a podium. We've got some combat going down toward the back of the field. P16. I kind of want to attempt to pronounce it. Oh, he might be picking up a position. Match goes off track. Can he recover? There are cars coming in behind. The rejoin looks like it's going to be good so far. Very good rejoin, but he's going to lose like 3 positions there. Not an ideal corner. DK Senior gets shuffled back to 14th, but he could be getting a run in the Amazon car heading down the pit straight. It's going to be interesting in turn 1. Let's go on board.
this is a big pack right here.
Yeah, there's lots of people all bunched up fighting for the same spot on the track. Ooh, there
Driver
might be
shifts down a
might be
little weird.
some position changes heading through the chicane. DK Senior gets a fairly good run, little bit of oversteer. Keep an eye
Yeah,
on
you hit
that.
those
Gumi
curves,
goes
that
off
slows it
track.
down a little bit. Oh
That's
no!
gonna be big for his overall result.
Oh
He loses a
no!
ton of places. He's gonna drop down behind DK Senior, and that whole pack just got a freebie. Gumi going to be looking to recover for the rest of this one. Not impossible. There have been some pretty good recovery drives in the past, and with these cars, anything can happen. So it can happen to anybody. We got some more side-by-side action here. Castrol down the
Gosh,
inside of Shiro,
good
and
move
he's going to
there.
be into the top 10. Shiro's going to get passed again by DK Senior. DK Senior. Oh, someone spun off there.
We don't have a name.
We don't have a camera either.
Oh,
It is
oh
one of the
man.
custom liveries. If anyone in chat can identify that, that'd be nice. But he spun off, almost collected everyone else. DK
Oh,
Senior hits Shiro.
oh,
Oh,
oh man.
that's kind of hard to watch. DK Senior starting in the top 10. He's now down to P12. Like I
Can't tell
said,
if he was hit there.
I think DK Senior kind of blew the braking zone and hit Shiro. We tuned in at a very late time, didn't get the full angle. But at the front of the field, Toaster still leads from Ramos, 2.5-second gap. And Ramos, it looks to be coming under pressure from
Nuji.
Nuji. Thank you. Nuji from behind, less than a second. Unfortunately, no DRS, so he's going to have to work for the position.
The slipstream is really strong on these cars, but you have to be pretty much right on their bumper. You have to be within, I think, 2/10 of the car in front.
So 2/10 is the target to be at, as Ihan is going to get past. He's down to P15, although he might get the position back in the next couple of corners. And Matt's fishtails keeps it together, doesn't spin. That was fairly well
Nicely
held,
done.
but he's going to lose a position.
Ihan's definitely got the slipstream. Oh, but he's going into that final bend.
So we're going to get a look at Ihan.
This is not a. Oh, man.
Ooh,
Looks like there might have been
he
contact.
needs to keep it together.
Oh! You got it. You got
He's
the
done
car back
well
under
to
him.
keep that under control. Toaster sets the
That's
fastest
not a.
lap,
It's
131
not a
flat.
good spot to be going for overtakes, though.
Yeah. Although with these cars, you kind of do have to just send it, because with the mechanical grip that they have, you are capable of going side by side and really working for position and trying to outdrive your competitor. Ramos still under pressure from Nuji. I think the gap has stayed more or less the same as it was last time we checked on this battle. Katz is all by his lonesome P4. He's going to be looking for a podium here.
Yeah, if that battle heats up with
And
Ramos and whoever's in third, then that's Nuji, I think.
yeah, we've got a couple more first name, last name situations within a second of each other. And I think the pack is going to start reforming behind Antonio Pastrana or maybe Castrol. Castrol's in the lead of that little group right now. Antonio is the closest challenger. He's within a second. I think there's about 3 or 4 cars all within a second of the car in front. So that's that could be interesting, fighting for the lower echelons of the top 10 later in this race once it all plays out. 12 minutes, 25 seconds left on the clock until this one's going to be wrapped up and we can head to the reverse grid race. But yeah, this one's been all about Toaster so far. Just dominating this race, puts in a 131.3. Gumi giving
Man was
chase.
whining for like 2 weeks straight to get into rookie split, and then this is what happens.
Yeah, he got
But
his
it's all
wish.
gonna come. But it's gonna be all determined in the reverse grid race.
Yeah, I think
How
the
well.
reverse grid race, if everyone in chat who is predicting a massive pileup in the first complex might just get it in the reverse grid
Oh,
race.
Cat's dropping back.
Oh,
Cat's dropped back to 7th.
oh, we've got another gap of cars here. Tascat's still all by his lonesome, but he's lost a few positions, maybe a half spin, as Antonio Pastrana side by side through the chicane. Everyone keeps it together there. DK Senior is in the top 10. That's where he'd be looking to be. And, well, I think this is going to be a race of little isolated groups fighting for each other. This is the fight for P13 led by Ihan.
Oh, DK Senior's coming up on Antonio.
DK Senior makes a pass on Antonio Pastrana.
Let's stay on this pack
Let's
right
go on
here because
board
I
with
have a feeling
Antonio. We
this
have a
could
car off track.
explode.
Katz is off track. He's losing even more positions. He might drop out of the top 10. I think he'll drop to 10th. He's got Shiro that's going to be coming up behind him.
Closing that gap quickly too.
Yeah, that's very, very unfortunate for Katz to go off like that.
What's happening with Cats?
I think he might still be dropping down to P12. We'll keep an eye on Antonio Pastrana fighting with DK Senior, and he goes down the inside.
Oh, no.
There was contact. DK Senior
no
keeps
room
it
there.
together. 2 into 1 doesn't really go, but both drivers did fairly well to hold on to it. Antonio Pastrana with a bit of a slide out of the hairpin. Man, that's a very tight final complex, and I mean, I guess if you no longer go for a gap, but DK Senior holds on to the position, survives the assault, and is actually going to get a bit more of a lead out of it. Oh, that's a big slide. He needs to hold on to it.
Oh,
Overcorrects,
no.
and he's going to go for a half spin on
Oh,
the outside. Man. I don't know how close Antonio was to clipping him on the rejoin, but DK Senior needs to get a move on. He's going to get past, and he's back down to P10 with Shiro bearing down on him. It is all over the place for DK Senior, up and
Ramos
down.
also dropping down.
And Rajtastic makes a pass. Ramos might be coming back at him, though. Or, excuse me, Rajtastic might be going after one of the first name, last names. We've got to figure out a Assetto Corsa for this. Antonio Pastrana drops down the order. He might have had a half spin on the outside of a corner. DK Senior's back up to P9, so it's been a tumultuous few laps. But he is, I think he's about back where he started, if I'm not mistaken. He did qualify P9,
I believe so,
so
yes.
he's right where he needs to
He
be.
could be gaining a position here too. He's closing in.
Tastic moves up to P4. Ramos is going to make a pass. He's in 5th. And
Gumi all by his lonesome
yeah,
self.
Gumi's just exiting the last corner, running his own race. It's a very good spot to be. Sort of middle of the pack, all by your own. Don't need to worry about any sort of traffic or whatnot. Just focus on keeping the car together. Toaster still run away with it. 4.2-second gap to his nearest rival, which, I mean, it's just absolutely dominant. So I don't think Toaster's going to be able to stick around in rookie split for too much longer. He
Well, we'll
might.
see how he does in the reverse grid. That could
There
be.
is always the reverse grid race. You're right, Will, but I mean,
It's gonna put him under pressure. He just got away cleanly and hasn't had to deal with anybody. So
yeah, being the first one into the corner gives you some time to kind of create space between the car behind you and be able to kind of avoid most of the trouble, even though there wasn't a whole lot, and the trouble that we did have was further down the field. And Ramos kind of in the middle of a Ginetta sandwich right now. Tastic is holding on to P4, 6.2 seconds behind the closest podium spot. DK Senior still hanging on in P9. Shiro is, I think, out of striking distance. Even in the Twitch chat, Gamer absolutely dominates. Big group of guys.
oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know if we're allowed to be able to show this on Twitch. But Shiro's going to hold on to the end of the top 10. And if our cameraman would get back focused. Oh, Shiro's made a pass. We've got one car off track. It's DK Senior. Shiro and DK
Oh,
Senior might be coming together in the final corner. DK Senior holds the
it's a little
position.
bit of a cheeky defensive move there after rejoining, but it was safe.
He
Shiro's
was
definitely gonna have the
he
run
was
here on the
ahead.
straight.
Here's Shiro from behind, has the slipstream. Is he going to move into turn 1? He's going to pull to the inside.
Here he goes.
Battle of the late breakers here. DK Senior sweeps from around the outside, keeps on
Oh,
track.
good.
Very, very well defended. That was great to watch.
That was very smooth on DK Senior's part.
Yeah, swung it to the
Shiro was not
outside.
certain going into that turn.
Covered his lines. Shiro goes for the option to live to fight another day. But he's going to be in P9. Not completely scot-free. He does have some pressure coming in from behind. But I think this is going to be the battle to watch. The battle for the top 10. DK Senior moves up to P8, sets a net 1 position. And he's actually created a bit of a gap, 1.5 to Shiro behind, but he is well out of range of Gumi ahead. Toaster puts in a 133.104. Very fast lap, and he is still well clear of his nearest challenger.
Oh, DK
Ramos,
Senior scrubs a bit wide.
let's go back to that. DK Senior still trying to protect his spot.
He's got a decent gap to Shiro behind now.
Yeah, I think Shiro's
Shiro's
got.
under attack a little bit.
I think Shiro needs. Oh, DK Senior, he's had a big slide through the final hairpin. That's gonna lose him some time, but he did hold on to it. DK Senior's been all over the road in this race, but he has survived. Still P8, puts in a 33.4. That is much faster than Shiro behind, but of course the first name last name driver in
Oh,
P10
it
put
looks
in
like
a
Shiro just
33.
spawned.
No, Shiro seems to be all right. Keeps
He's
it
under pressure now.
together.
Oh,
Mm,
managed to hold that one there.
he's going to keep it together. Ihan around. He's going to go around the
But
tire barrier. And
that's a good move.
I think Castrol
I
might
think
come in from behind him.
he did not impede Ihan, which was
No,
good.
I think
Very
he made a
respectful.
very good decision to try to go around the barrier instead of going through it or trying to go around on the inside back onto the track. Would not have been a very good
Oh,
rejoin.
Ihan getting a little squirrely there.
Yeah, Ihan. Ooh, I don't know how this one's going to end. We're going to get a very good look here from on board watching this
Oh
one.
man.
Castrol looking to the inside. Although Castrol is in
A lap
17th and
down.
Ihan is in 10th, so really the whole purpose in fighting this, I can't really see it. Castrol goes a bit wide.
He's allowed to unlap himself, but he's not allowed to defend that position. So
Yeah, of course you're allowed to unlap yourself, but I think if you're going to go a lap down, fighting it that hard might not be the best idea for both of your races. But
no, definitely not.
Ihan is going to round the last corner with Castrol hot on his heels, but not racing for position. We've got Raj Tastic in P6. He's going to try to advance his position, move closer to the pointy end of the field. 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. I'd give that about 3 or 4 more laps tops. Toaster just needs to keep it together, and he should be on to win this one. Hopefully that's not commentator's curse. It'd feel really bad if I doomed his race. But as far as
Still a
DK
little bit of a
Seniors,
pack going on in the back, latter half of the field. 12th place moving up on 11th. I
yeah,
don't know who
everything
that is,
is.
unfortunately.
We'll take a look at Moti heading through first few corners. He's kind of just had a fairly relaxed race, P15. I think if I were him, I'd just hold station, wait for the reverse grid, show your stripes there.
Oh yeah, that's the move. Just keep it where it is, and you'll be good.
Yeah, reverse grid brings you right back up to the front, and that's when you can really start to put the hammer down. But the overall landscape of this race, everyone's kind of on their own. No real side-by-side battles going on. Right. Oh, I say that. Ihan still under pressure from Castrol. And behind Castrol are
Oh,
drivers that are
Ehan's getting a
racing
little
for his
squirrely.
position. Castrol trying to go around the outside. Might look at a switchback here on the final corner. This could be interesting. Castrol being the lapped car might need to let the two drivers behind him who are racing for position, as they're going to go side by side into turn one.
I think that's Druptex in the Amazon car. Let's see if he can get it. Oh, really late on the brakes.
He keeps it
He
around the
gets it
outside
done. Nicely done.
ever
Oh
so
man, he was
close.
right on the edge of that one.
Yeah, it was Druptex, he said.
I believe so.
He did a fantastic job of keeping it within track limits, and he was just
And
one.
he left plenty of room.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
there's
incredibly.
plenty of room. It was smooth.
Oh, that was
Just one
awesome.
twitch of the wheel and you might be in trouble there, but he kept it hanging on. And Castrol's going to unlap himself from Ihan. Now the two drivers behind Ihan are racing for his position. This is going to be the end of the top 10. Toaster going through the first few corners. I
Toaster's
would.
lost a decent bit of time to the guy in second.
Yeah, he has. I'd
Nucci's
probably
coming up on him.
guesstimate we only have a couple
This,
laps left at most, so can Toaster hold on?
yeah, Nucci's closing in on him.
Nuji is gaining time. I don't know what that was, but he did just drive through the earth on my screen. I don't think that's an approved setup change, but nevertheless, he is back on track, and he
Oh,
is...
but he just dropped back 2 seconds. What was that
We
all
might
about?
have a bit of lag going on. Druptex drops down to P12, and DK Senior is fairly safe on his own. He's got a 2-second gap to Shiro behind. Not a not a very easy race for DK Senior, but he has survived the onslaught from behind, and he will stay P8 if everything shakes down the way it is. And I think this might
Oh,
be... Oh,
Toaster losing
Toaster!
it!
Little bit of a slide there. Lucky to catch that one. That was headed for the barrier if he didn't bring that one together. We've got 6 seconds left on this one.
Might. Are we gonna get
This
another lap,
might
or is this
be
it?
it.
I
I'm
think
not
this is gonna be
sure.
it. Oh no,
And
Toaster wins it. He
checkered
just
flag.
crossed the line
Toaster
and
is
cheers it.
gonna win the first race in rookie split for this week's charged events. He's gonna pull off into the grass. We might see some donut. Oh no,
Raj
he's gonna
Tastic's still closing in.
go back.
Go back, I want to be monkey.
Yeah, that was great. Some impacts down in turn one. Let's see if we can get a better view of that once they all come across the line. Gumi is going to be the next finisher, P7. Solid drive from him, avoiding all the chaos. Brings home a P7, top 10. Should be very proud of that. DK Senior for P8. Across the line right now. Shiro behind him. Ihan holds on to P10. And he survives Castrol R's attempts to unlap himself. Castrol R will finish P17. And we have Druptex and his compatriot there crossing the line almost nose to tail for P11 and 12. Antonio Pastrana is going to have a very good start for the second race. And he's going to come home P13.
Oh,
Matt's,
Mats.
ooh, fishtailing, get it together. Moti's coming
Oh,
up
man.
behind him. Moti, sorry, comes up behind him. But Mats will survive. Finishes P14. Moti for
Mats
15th. And
can definitely say
Katz,
that Mats doesn't like this car. He's been all over the place.
yeah, he's going to get a chance to prove himself in the reverse grid race. Katz and Max B1776 are unfortunately going to DNF this one. Let's head down the track
I
to...
wonder what happened to Katz. He was having such a good race.
He was having a good race. He did have a little bit of issues to deal with when he was... I think he overheated his tires, actually. He was a little bit all over the road, and I think he just decided to park it from there. Unfortunate, but that should leave him in a fairly good spot for the reverse grid race. So, Toaster wins it. I wish I could tell you who finished P2 and P3
I believe
exactly.
Nuji was still in P2.
New GP2, very well done from him. And that'll do it, just about, for the standard race. Reverse grid race is going to be coming up soon. Naughty Dragon in chat. Time for Toaster to get the reverse grid rookie split treatment.
Oh, yes.
Boy, would that be interesting to watch. Green Darts Lantern in chat. That half spin saved Toaster a lap. I actually think it did, because it was very, very close across the line. I think if he didn't have that little event in the final corner, final couple of corners, as he comes barreling into turn 1 to claim the door frame of an unfortunate, unsuspecting Ginetta. Elmo in chat, bonk. I think there's going to be some bonks for this next one. So I'd stay tuned, but let's see if we can pull... do you want to do some interviews now while everyone's getting ready?
Yeah, let me pop up and see if anybody wants a quick interview.
Let's see if we can get Toaster in here if you can. So while he's looking at that, reverse grid race is going to be starting up fairly soon. All the cars will be sent to the grid momentarily, and we'll have about a 2 to 3 minute wait before the lights will go out and we'll be ready to rumble.
I believe we should have Ramos. Hello, Ramos. It's a really good showing from you. I mean, would you qualify P2 or P3? But you dropped down a little bit. What happened in there?
Yeah, it was all going good. I had a couple of incidents that, as per everyone else, Tower Bend is lethal. The bumps around there caught me out, and then I think it was Raj came past me, and I was just going. I just lost concentration for a minute, trying to stay out of his way and be clean, and I sort of had a bit of a spin around the chicane. But other than that, I was really happy with how things went.
I think, if I remember correctly, you said this was like one of your first ever multiplayer races.
Yeah.
Incredible performance for that. I mean, damn, you should really be proud of yourself. But
Yeah, thanks very much, man.
Yeah, for one of your first multiplayer races,
so
that was an absolutely fantastic showing. You did very well, and I don't think it'll be too much longer until you get bumped up to pro split. But now the cars
Oh,
are on the grid, you've got one more race to go through with these cars.
how are
yeah,
you
and
feeling
I'm
for those reverse
sweating.
grid races? You nervous?
Yeah, big time, big time. But it's my aim to catch Papa Smurf, and we all know who Papa Smurf is in this race. So,
Yeah, I mean, you're starting in front of him, so you should be able to keep him behind.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's see if my nerves can hold out through it. But yeah, it's been great so far, and some great driving by the others. I mean, T1 was really clean. So that, looking forward to it again.
All right, well, best of luck to you. Keep it cool, and hopefully you can get a better result this time.
Thanks
I'll
very
move you
much,
back up.
guys. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, good luck. So, I don't think we'll be able to get Toaster in for an interview. Toaster has a mic, but
He
he
says he
says he
prefers
prefer not
not
to
to
speak.
speak, yes.
So, we will
He's
respect
a
that,
shy one.
of
He's a
course.
shy one.
But he did do very, very well in the first race, dominant victory, but he's going to be starting at the back of the pack for this one. So, I don't know. Anything could happen here, so I'm going to try to get the camera set up in a nice
I
position
feel like
for...
if everybody can keep their cool, it should be...
If everyone keeps leaving each other space in the first few set of corners like they did in the first race, it could be... We could have two simultaneous or two back-to-back clean starts, which would be great to see for rookies.
It could be clean. It could be.
Could be. There is always the threat of somebody locking up, hitting the guy in front of them, and so on and so forth, as everyone's probably seen for Monza public lobbies. But overall, we've got 5 crashes to bet in chat. Chad, I was just about to ask you, what's your guesses? Let's see some predictions for how many people are going to be involved in a crash turn 1. I'm gonna go with 5.
I think I'm gonna go up this time. I'm gonna say
Green
I'm gonna
darts.
say, yeah, I'm gonna say that at least 10 people are gonna be involved, and I feel like Ramos and the back 5 or the top 5 from the previous race are gonna be able to run through pretty cleanly. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, to total up the all the predictions, we've got 5, Hypnotic with 2, Teeman with loads, Pikaroshu 4, Alex 20, No Concept 10 plus, Elmo big pileup as people bounce off the tire walls.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I was gonna say bringing up the tire wall right there on the apex of turn 1 could be very, very threatening for all these drivers barreling through, because once you get sideways, it's gonna be...
I wonder what the KD is for that tire barrier
That
right there.
I think he might claim a few more lives. They're all sitting there anxiously watching. He's not the only one. He does not work alone. There are 2 more here blocking the chicane. And further down, oh, well, as the lights come on, that's the chicane. That's a completely separate corner. But let's get a look at the field. So we've got all 6 lights on. And we're green for the reverse grid race. Everyone looks like they got away cleanly. Everyone fanning out. No spins so far, nose to tail. We've got some side-by-side action. And here they come through turn 1. The right-hander into the braking zone. So far, fairly clean. Oh, Ihan gets hit. DK Senior's in it. And there it is in turn 1. I didn't get a solid count. Someone went completely through those 2 tire barriers in a very well-done fashion through the chicane. Oh, I think that's Druptex that just got fired off into the grass. I don't know if he'll be able to recover from that. Chiel, I think? Maybe? I'm sorry if I butchered your name. He's up to P3. Fantastic start. Shiro's going to make up a couple positions on Modi, who went off track. And I think that's Druptex down there toward the bottom of the field. Ihan, Max B going for a little half spin. But up at the front of the pack... Up at the front of the pack, they are fairly close together. DK Senior looks like he's still in P8, his favorite spot to be. Someone's gone off track. I think that's Matt's 50. He spins off track. He's going to have to stay out of the way. DK Senior's lost a position. Task Cat's down the inside, heading into the final sector. And we've got more drama up ahead. Moti goes off the track. Xiao goes off the track. And it's all happening at the last corner instead of the first corner. DK Senior's in the middle of it, trying to make a move down the inside. A little bit of contact there. Half spin on the outside over correction. And they're all going to go barreling toward turn 1 again. We have lost some good soldiers. Shiro going to try to defend from Cats down into turn 1. He's got the whole pack behind him. There's everything to lose on lap
Toaster's
2.
already up into 6th.
Toaster to P6 as Castrol is running away with it out front. Well, I say running away, he's only 1.2 seconds ahead. Cat's all over the back of Shiro right now with DK Sr. and Toaster in hot pursuit. Toaster looks like he just made a move to the inside. Let's even get a different camera angle here.
He gets past
Toaster
DK
down the
Senior
inside of DK Sr. He's up to P5 at the end of lap 2. Absolutely ballistic. There's contact between Shiro and Cats.
And
Cats is going to
Toaster's
keep the
eat this
position.
up.
Shiro loses 1. Toaster is all over the back of Cats. Meanwhile, Antonio Pastrana and Castrol are trying to get away from this as fast as they can. Cats holding on to the last podium position.
Oh, this pack is
Toaster
so close.
is on a rampage. DK Sr. is going to try to make a move down the inside of Shiro. He's going to get it done. Goes off track.
Cats goes off as well.
There's still altogether 3 or 4 cars fighting for the same spot on the track. Shiro is going to lose out, go down to P8. Rajtastic goes around him, and DK Sr. with a nice move around the outside to secure P5. Cats off track, getting hounded by Toaster. Cats is going to take the inside line. Toaster might go for a switchback. Get the better exit.
Toaster's definitely got the better exit.
Oh, there's contact on the edge of the... Oh, no! DK Sr.
Senior
spun off into the grass. Rajtastic might have lost out, too. He almost spins into the pit lane. And the rejoin from DK Sr. sends Ihan scrambling for the inside wall to try to avoid that one. And it is all kicking off here. It's happening more in the last sector than we thought in the first sector. Ihan is in P11. He might try to get into the top 10. Shiro, P5 still. Moti is under pressure. He's going to have to defend in the next few corners. Gumi looks to be fairly safe. DK Sr. moves up to 13th. Moti getting past in the inside. There's a bit of contact there. He's going to keep it together, but he's going to lose the position. Stewards might need to take a look at that. But the pink Honeybuns vehicle, Nuji, keep forgetting his name, thanks Will. He's up into P6 through somewhat of a violent means of action, but he is fairly safe. He's got a 2-second gap
Ramos
to
is
Moti.
catching up on Chiel as well. Ramos has not had the luck of Toaster of running through the field.
Toaster's all the way up to P3. He might be getting P2 as Moti spins. There's more contact behind him.
Ramos got caught up in that. It looks like he might lose another position.
Ramos is in the middle of it. And while we were looking at that, Toaster advances his position to P2. Antonio might be trying to come back at him. And Cats behind the both of them. Cats is all over Antonio's rear bumper. I think a move could get sized up into T1 here. Let's head on board. Toaster sets the fastest lap, 1:31.9. Strong lap from him. There's contact heading into turn 1. Antonio's been sent down the inside by Cats. Ooh, that's going to be an interesting problem.
Cutting the chicane.
And he's going to blow the chicane. Shiro takes advantage. He's up into P4. He is going to be the next challenger to Cats' position, Antonio Pastrana.
Oh, man, that was not the time to defend. They were way too close to move over.
Of a late defense. Breaks into chicane. That might... Ooh, Rajtastic barely squeezing by. Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of position.
What happened to Ramos?
Ramos to 17th. He just gets past Matt. There might have been some extra contact. And Gilles V. Casterin. I don't speak French. I'm sorry right now.
Man.
But he's down to P18. Max speed 1776. DNFs. Moti gets past Antonio Pastrana, who goes off track. And Shiro with a big lockup. He's going off track.
Oh, no.
Caught that just in time. His attack on Cats, rather, is going to have to wait a couple more laps. Gumi just behind. He's under pressure on his own. And
it's a big pack right there.
There is a lot of cars still within striking distance of each other. Antonio drops down to 17th. What a shame. Toaster takes the lead from Castrol R. I think Castrol may have had a problem on the final corner, judging by how far he is back, but Toaster sets up 131.66 for brilliant race pace from him, and he is heading off into the sunset again. DK confirming Castrol went off, and Tascats to P3, right where he would want to be. Oh, I thought I saw a little bit of a slide there. Toaster's got daylight 4 laps into the race. He's got 13 minutes to survive. Castrol R is in P2, Tascats P3, Shiro P4, although that might be contested soon by Gumi. Shiro's got a little bit of breathing room, just under a second. If he can keep it together and hit his marks, he could pull away. Shiro, rather. Ihan, DK Senior going at it for P8. DK Senior
Looks like
moving
DK
up.
Senior had the better exit there. He's gonna get him.
Definitely had a better exit. He's pulled alongside him. Oh, contact there. He might have turned in a little too early, but they're going to stay pointed in the right direction. They've got more pressure from behind. As Gumi is passed for P5. Let's head back to the DK Senior battle. I think it's only going to be a couple corners before he starts to think that a move can be done. He's going to move to the left side of Ihan. He might have it here. No, not quite. Not close enough. Ihan holds it around the outside. The final corner, we've seen a lot of drama here. Toaster sets another fast lap of the race. And I think DK is going to have to wait to get Ihan, but Ihan goes wide.
Ihan
This
goes
might be a
wide.
three-way battle into turn 1.
This could explode.
3 cars all fighting hard for P8. And let's see who can come out on top. DK Senior looks for a move down the inside of Ihan. He backs out of it at the last second. Ihan holds on. Great defense. And they are still going to be about at the gaps they were. DK Senior cutting it a bit close with that tire wall there. And Tascats is going to be trying to get some more time on Castrol R to get P2.
Ramos is coming up on somebody, or he's coming up on P12 as well.
Ramos, trying to take a look
Is
at
that Drop
Druptex. Yes, I think it is Druptex. And Rajtastic makes a pass. I think the purple card dropped out of the fight for P8. Ihan trying to move up to P7. DK Senior. I think we might have missed some action. They all spread out a little bit more.
Shiro's dropping back.
As Shiro drops back behind Gumi.
He might have gone. He might have hit the grass on the outside.
There's a lot of things we're missing here. Can't watch everyone at once. But Toaster doesn't really have to watch anything, not even his rearview mirror. He is 4.8 clear of Castrol R. Castrol R is 4.1 clear of Tascats, and Tascats is 3.3 clear of P4. I think the biggest battle to watch here is going to be Ihan. He's going to try to creep up on P7. DK Senior's behind him by 1.6. And Moti is going to drop down another position. He's down to P16. He was right up there mixing it with the guys in the front. Oof. It is really difficult when it's just not your day to keep going at it, keep driving. Had a great opportunity at the start of the race. Right up there mixing it with the front guys.
With this car, this a moment of lost focus can just ruin the entire event for you.
Someone honks their horn for
Kudos
us
to
all the way
Toaster.
down. Ihan makes up a lot of ground in one corner. Kind of takes a middle line here. We've got another battle going on.
Doesn't look like he's got the better run.
Ihan's sitting in P8, biding his time, trying to make a move. I think it'll be a lap or two before he can really do it, unless he can get a exceptionally late braking maneuver done.
Cat's back up into third or second.
Cat's
place.
just passed for second place. Castrol R may have gone off track. He loses another spot. Castrol R from second to fourth, actually, in just a couple corners. That's how fast it can happen to you.
Wow,
I don't know if that
Nuji
was a
up into
horn of
third now.
frustration. Nuji P3 capitalizing on the mistake made by Castrol R. DK Senior makes a pass on Ihan. Ihan's kind of fallen out of contention. Rajtastic goes around the... Ooh, he's trying to go around the outside of Ihan. Might have a better
Not gonna
run.
have the room. Oh.
They're going into turn 1. Nose to tail. DK Senior, he's very good under brakes in turn 1. He's made some great moves. Let's see if he can do it again.
I think he's too far back here. He's gonna have
The outside to the inside. Little bit of trouble there. He's forced off track. He's side by side. Gonna head all the way around the right-hand sweeper into the chicane. I don't think he has the position now. He's just going to follow through.
Just gonna
Ihan
tuck
and
back into the
Rajtastic
slipstream.
fighting behind. Man, it's a great battle to watch.
Yeah, some great mid-pack fighting here.
Toaster still well clear, 7.1 ahead.
Go back to DK Senior.
Let's head back to DK Senior. Oh, there's been a spin. Ihan's in it. Rajtastic's going to advance his position, and Ihan drops to P11. He was fighting for P8. Oh, and we've got a DNF of the lighter blue car. That's unfortunate to see. Rajtastic side by side. There's contact. And Rajtastic may have just committed vehicular manslaughter. We've got the Ouija car. Ooh, that might be a sketchy rejoin, but he keeps it off the racing line. Ihan goes by. He's back into the top 10. Man, it happens fast. DK Senior survives. Rajtastic in an identical livery, by design or by mistake, is bearing down on him. Let's see if they can get through the final corner cleanly. DK Senior on the defense this time around through turn 1. Rajtastic, I think he got a better run. Let's go on board.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, there's no point going on board. He's already made the move. Here's DK Senior going to try to size up his response to that pass. Nose to tail. Ooh, that's ever so close. Cutting down to the inside. They're both very late under brakes. Rajtastic keeps it in one piece to the outside. DK Senior going to have to wait for another opportunity to get by. Ramos X sneaks into the top 10. He might be sizing up a move on Ihan soon.
He's gaining a lot of time through this first sector here.
Yeah, Ramos, wow, he's made up a ton of time on Ihan. You have to wonder if there might be something wrong with the heating of Ihan's tires. Losing a lot of time to Ramos. DK Senior heading back at Rajtastic once again.
Oh, he doesn't have the slipstream here. It looks like Raj got a better exit coming out of tower.
Yeah, I think he's just out of range. It could all come back together in the final sector for DK Senior. Could get his move done, go to P7. We have Ramos behind Ihan still. Ramos, I think he's gained even more time. So he's done quite well to get himself in range of Ihan through the first sector.
Oh yeah, look at that. He's really closing in now.
Yeah, we've got DK Senior trying to get a move done for P7. Ihan, he's got a rear view mirror full of Ramos X's Ginetta. DK Senior and Rajtastic heading at it on the exit of the hairpin. Can Ramos X get something done? No, I don't think so. Rajtastic and DK Senior nose to tail to turn 1 yet again. DK Senior to the outside. Rajtastic to the inside. He gets a better run down the lane. DK Senior holds station behind. Matt's 50 picks up a couple of spots. I think we have a spinner. Druptex.
Oh no, Druptex.
Druptex off track in the final sector. Moti is also going to capitalize on that. Let's head back to DK Senior and Rajtastic going at it. Brilliant fight here. Side by side. Ooh, there might have been a little contact here. DK Senior is going to stay on the outside line. Rajtastic spins into the grass. A dramatic conclusion. He's got to get back on track. Ihan is bearing down on him with Ramos X in tow.
They're gonna eat him up here.
I don't think he's got the speed. This is a flat-out portion of the track, if I'm not mistaken, and Rajtastic needs to get on it, but I think he will keep a bit of a gap to Ihan behind. DK Senior stayed on the outside, stayed in control, and he is going to be in P7 after that. Don't know if the bump came into play or something else.
Oh, Ramos
Ihan side by side with Ramos. Ramos still in P10.
Having a look, oh, getting a little squirrely.
Final couple of corners gets very close. Might take a look for the inside here.
Oh,
he will get to the inside. Clean move there. Ihan can't do anything from behind. Ramos with a brilliant overtake in the final corner. Ihan might not be done yet. He's right on him. Ihan looking to the inside. Ramos still holds the position into the braking zone. Ramos sweeps around the outside. He's gone off track. Ihan might pick this one back up. And he will. Ramos recovers. He's still all over him. This could happen in the chicane. We move over to Rajtastic by mistake. Ramos still in P10, frustratingly, and he's got more trouble from behind. This is going to turn into a three-way fight very soon. As Ihan, after all that, is going to stay P9. Ramos is going to hit him,
Oh no! Oh,
and the
he pushed
Ouija
him back
car
straight.
is going to take advantage, move all the way up to P9. Ihan and Ramos. Ihan
How nice
still
of
being in
Ramos to
front.
straighten
Straight,
Eon back
straightens
out.
Ihan out after getting him sideways.
I mean, that's obviously not what you don't want to have that crash at all. But I mean,
Moti
it
11 to
ended up being.
P14.
Oh, that's just funny.
And Ihan's going to get a little more of a gap on Ramos, but they're both going to drop down a position because the Ouija car took advantage of that contact. And with 2 minutes and 33 left in the race, Toaster is still in the lead
Third
by
place.
almost 9 seconds. Nuji and
Nuji's catching up on
Tascats,
Taz.
this is going to be something to watch heading into the last few laps. I think there's only going to be a couple left at most. So we might have some fights up and down the field. Ramos X and Ihan going at it, still at about the same gap. Tascat's going to hold on to P2. These guys need to be careful this late into race. It could all go wrong, and they could both lose their podium spots. But right now, Tascat seems to be in control of the second position.
I think Nuji smells blood.
If I was Nuji, I'd be smelling blood too, trying to get that P2. Ihan and Ramos still going at it. This fight's been going on for, what, 3-4 laps now? Brilliant racing to watch. DK Senior in 7th, fairly safely. He's got a gap to Rajtastic behind, and he's not quite in sight of
Ramos
Shiro.
getting a little.
I don't think Ihan had the
Buggy.
best exit he could have had there. Let's go on board with Ramos X, trying to get a run. I don't think it'll be able to happen. I think Gumi's off track. Gumi has had an issue, and he is off track.
Man.
He gets passed by Shiro and DK Senior. DK Senior is up to 6th. Brilliant showing there. Castro R, he might have gone off track too. He has had a spin on the edge of the final corner.
These two are still going at it. This is
still going at it. We've got
likely going to be the final lap here.
We have plenty of fights to watch. I do think this will be the final lap. Toaster
DK
in the
Senior
lead,
coming up on
commandingly.
Shiro now.
DK Senior makes a move on Shiro. They might be going side by side into turn 1. DK Senior's worked all the way up to 5th, and he's going to
Ooh, and
sweep
he
around the
holds it.
outside to hold the position. Excellent race from DK Senior so far.
Gumi's
We have
catching up
another
on Shiro
spinner.
now.
I think
Oh.
that's Antonio having a bit of a spin toward the back of the field. Tascats is going to go by. Will lap traffic play a factor in who gets P3? Antonio's going to hold the racing line, and he's going to get dumped.
Oh.
Oh, that's not the place to be, Antonio. I'm sorry to say, but when two podium position drivers are fighting with each other coming through there, you got to just get out of the way. But that is going to mean Tascats is going to be fairly solidly in command of second. And here we see Toaster flashing the lights, blaring the horn out of the final corner. That is going to do it for the reverse grid rookie split race. Toaster will cross the line. It's a double victory, and he's going to bring it home. Tascat survives for P2, and the reverse grid race will do him well for points.
Although he DNF'd in the first one, so
it's unfortunate for Nuji to be so close to P2 and then have it ruined by lap traffic. Castrolar P4, great race from him. DK Senior out of nowhere. Rajtastic's in trouble on the exit of the final corner. As he beats you know he gets it running. DK Senior P5, Gumi 6th, Shiro 7th. Ooh,
Ramos gets the position.
Ramos is going to pick it up from Rajtastic. That is the worst time to give out a freebie. Man. Oh, that is gutting. He can find solace in the fact that he finished top 10. He did have to recover. Ihan to 11th after all that just to finish. Man, just one position outside the top 10. Should be rough. We got another honey bun car going through. Drop text to P13. I think he was involved in his own incident at the end of the first lap. But P13, fairly respectable recovery drive from him. Matt's 50 in P14. Mode 11 rounding the final corner. And Shiel is going to be all on his own. Antonio Pastrana parked in the gravel trap. I think the stewards are going to have something to say about his challenging Nuji while he's in the middle of a fight for P3. Not the place you want to be, especially for lap traffic. But I am not the judge, jury, or executioner, so that's up for them to decide. But, I mean, this rookie split's just been all about Toaster. Parked in the pits now, but he's won both races. Lights to flag in the first race, and, I mean, just a fantastic
Papa
run through the
Smurf for
field.
you right there.
Yeah, that's him. I don't think he's going to be a mainstay in rookies for much longer. But nevertheless, it was a good drive. No incidents that I saw with Toaster. Kept together on controller, mind you, so he did do quite well. So I think that'll do it for all the on-track
we got
action.
Pro Split coming up now, so I'm going to head out because I gotta start getting prepared for that. I'll be racing, so
All right, we'll
it's
see if I
fun
can do
commentating
some
with you. Hopefully
interviews,
the names
everyone.
are fixed.
Good luck, Will.
Thank you.
Now that I'm all on my own, let's see if we can get some interviews. Of course, I have to save the replay first. So now let's head over to the Charge Discord, see if we can pull someone in for an interview. Let's see.
Hello.
Oh, look, it's Steven. Hello, Steven.
How was your race how was the race here going in A split?
It was quite an event to see. There was lots of drama in the reverse grid race, but
I only saw that Toaster won 2 times, so yeah, that's the
yeah, Toaster with a very dominant lights to flag victory in the first race and a great cut through the field for the second. Let's see if we can get Ramos X in here for an interview.
you can just drag him.
Yeah, I'm
If you
trying
want.
to. Discord's not being.
Shall I try? Oh,
Yeah, you give it a try.
shall I give it a try? Hold on.
Yeah, Discord's not really working with me right now.
No, same.
No, Steven's not here for an interview. Oh, there he is.
I just flicked over to the Twitch to watch, and
We're trying to get you.
So how about that? Almost a race-long fight in the middle of the field. How was that just to be there on track battling it out?
yeah, I mean, as a new driver, that was fantastic for me, the experience and everything, because that was the thing that I was most worried about coming in tonight, like my wheel to wheel and stuff with other guys. I think I can't remember who it was, whoever's in the black livery. I ended up harpooning them in Tower Bend, but
Yeah, that was
I'd
Ihan.
sort of
You did
yeah,
straighten him out. We did
Ihan.
note that on the stream. You kind
I,
of got him sideways
I
and straightened him right out, so everything kind of
yeah,
worked out in the end.
I made. I mean, that was by design.
Yes.
I did apologise to him in chat. But yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, I think my pace was a little bit quicker, and I got a bit unlucky. I was just struggling with places to pass, and I think that's sort of what ended up with Ian's demise there in that corner. Was I was just trying to find some way to get past him. But absolutely fantastic race. Loved it. Loved the experience, guys. So thanks.
Yeah, with this car and track combo, passing can be an event. You had great pace throughout the whole race. Awesome fun to watch from the booth. Really, really fun to see you in one of your first online races ever going wheel to wheel and just battling it out with everybody. I don't think it'll be too much longer until you get your pro license and maybe only a couple more races in rookie split, but you definitely have the pace and definitely have the wheel to wheel ability to be a mainstay here in Charged.
That's great. Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, I'm going to go and watch the pro race now, I think, on the channel. So
Yeah, thanks for dropping by.
thanks, guys.
Steven, if you can you try to get Nuji in here?
He is not in the call anymore. I already saw that. So, and As Nudie joins.
Wonder if we can. Oh, there he is, Nuji. What do you think
Hi.
about that? That was a absolutely spectacular race to watch from up here. What was it like being down there, trying to fight through turn one, through all the middle of that calamity?
Yeah, I just tried to be as careful as possible. I just didn't want to ruin anyone else's race, but it all worked out in the end. Just taking it slow and careful, especially in the reverse grid race, helps a lot in T1.
Yeah, very strong showing. It was great to see you. You were in. You finished P3 reverse grid. Just make sure we had the right car.
Yep, that's the
Yeah.
one.
Okay. So we figured chat came through on that. Unfortunately for our Assetto Corsa, some people's names wouldn't show up, and you were one of them. But chat luckily informed us that you were Nuji and you were at the front of the pack. How was the fight with Cats before the incident with the lap traffic?
Yeah, it was good. He drove really consistently, and I was just hoping that he would make a mistake, to be honest, because I felt like I was a bit faster every lap than him. But yeah, in the end, he just kept it really consistent. So props to him for keeping it clean. But maybe I could have gotten him if that traffic didn't get in the way. But yeah,
Yeah,
it happens.
consistency is key with these cars, especially on this track. Not a whole lot of margin for error. Unfortunately, lap traffic did come into play. I was hoping for a very good last sector dash, but he did very well to keep in P3, get a podium here, and after all that, that's a very strong showing. Good job.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so Steven, I'm gonna have to ask you to take over for now. I'm gonna take a quick break and go AFK.
In that case, I can talk about you. Oh wait, no.
No, not when I'm around to hear you.
So hi chat. Can I say I see some alive people at the moment? I'm watching the chat, so yeah. No naughty. No time at bad words. Why is it always me and getting like ape and everything and Naughty, I will get cuts in if Camo comes back, cause I didn't see the stream. I didn't commentate in this one, so I don't know what happened. Okay, so there were some contacts. So can please the chat explain who killed Toaster or Toaster killed people? In P-Split, we had some pretty great battles with Quantum, but Quantum also made some mistakes and touched some people. I'm not gonna say in that much. Okay, Toaster was clean. That's sad. That's pretty sad. So not the next race you're gonna be in Rookie Split to kill Toaster? To kiss Toaster his bumper or?
All right, Steven, you're not on your own anymore.
I was trying to get the chat live, and the first thing was Bedward Steven, Ape Strong, Monkey,
Ah,
and
yes.
Natty was asking for cuts, and I sadly don't know what happened in the race, so I can drag him in if you want.
I mean, sure. I'm
Then I
gonna
would
try
drag
to.
him in.
I won't. I don't think I won't be able to give him an interview because I'm in the background trying to deal with some server things.
Yeah, the sad thing is I don't know what happened in the race, so I can't ask questions or things.
Hold on, we're having some even more unforeseen technical difficulties, as it is with Assetto Corsa and live streaming. Nothing ever goes 100% to plan, but we should be able to bring you a look into the Pro Split very soon.
So, talking about the Pro Split. Naughty, where are you? Come on, go out on track.
Are you watching the pro split right now?
No, I'm not watching because it's shared screen. But I know Nutty isn't driving, but I want him to drive.
I just wanted to see if you were in the server. Server has
I'm not
not
in the
shown.
server.
Yeah, the server hasn't shown up for me. So maybe Assetto Corsa is just having one of those days.
Shall I get cuts in?
Give me 1 second. I think I'm
Nutty, you can
gonna.
always drive with your keyboard. Believe me, it's fast.
I think I'm gonna DM Zyph.
Yeah, we hadn't any problems with the AC tower because we got some messages for that.
Yeah, the AC tower in Assetto Corsa in general was blanking out some people's names, so I kind of had to work around that for commentary, not knowing someone's name that I'm watching. Although we were able to identify Nuji. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, thanks to Jack of all gamers 164.
Yeah,
He's claiming the shit for that.
the king of knowing which honey bun car is the right honey bun car.
I don't know what a honey bun is, but still.
It's fairly
I'm
good.
I'm
A little snack.
I'm I'm an annoying Dutch guy, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like already in the server, and I think they're all like already practicing at the moment.
Yeah,
So
that's strange. I haven't been able to. I'm gonna restart my content manager actually.
that's maybe a great idea. Or refresh it, and if you can then share your screen with me.
Yes, there's a nice thing about having the interview screen showing up, because I can deal with technical difficulties without everyone having to watch me fumble through all my menus and whatnot. But in the meantime, chat, what do you think about how the pro split's going to go? We'll be getting you in soon. The server did show up, so just need to type it.
We have one time traveler driving today, and that's Shallow, because yeah, Australia is already Monday morning.
So we have time travelers in the chat.
He's driving today, Shallow.
Well, I hope his ping stays stable, because usually with time travel machines, the ping's not too great. Speaking from personal experience, of course.
Talking about things, I heard you have a Dutch grandma.
I do have a Dutch grandma. I don't understand a word she says when she speaks Dutch, but her food is very, very good.
Is that like stroopwafels and licorice?
Yeah, stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of the licorice, but the stroopwafels and Dutch
Why?
pancakes in general are just the best.
Thank you.
I will be sharing screen with you right about now.
I'm eating like licorice for days.
Yeah. Black licorice is not really my thing, but in terms of like the kind of breakfast foods, like Dutch breakfast foods, I think they're the best.
Hagelslag, also a great thing.
Yes, that's very good too.
And they have also that in like little marshmallows.
Ooh, I haven't had any of those.
Yeah, you don't see them like the whole year round.
While we're waffling about food, we're in the practice split. DK is, of course, faster than most people. He's got a 130.6 already.
Yeah, we see some of the deliveries.
Yeah, of course. So we've got DK here. Go to the F5 cam for everybody on the stream. We got DK.
Driving his
if you excuse my crunching water bottle. Sorry, chat. We've got DK with a very nicely done Red Bull livery, of course, proclaiming that he is faster than people on the back. Toxic Boy takes pole at the close of the session. How about that? Takes pole at the close of the session by only about 0.03 of a second. Reminding everyone that pro drivers use the brakes. He used them quite well, because he just took P1 at the dying moments of the session. Shallow water with a nice HKS livery, getting a slide on, heading off track. This is one of my favorite liveries all week.
Oh,
Elmo
would also
holding on to P4. That's a great,
livery.
well done livery. I don't understand any of the writing on it, but that's probably to be expected. He's going to be rounding out his lap in P4. Jack Lantern with a spec livery. It is a very nice spec livery.
Yellow asking, can you guys also look at the helmets?
Yes, we can head inside for the helmets. We've got Alan with a spec livery. Another spec livery.
But
This,
Will,
I said that, I said that I had a favorite livery before. This is my favorite livery all week. The
oh yes,
Papega racing machine of Will, who was in the commentary box. Some things are just
it's a pretty cursed livery. Sorry
some
to say,
things are
but
just beyond words. That's one of them. But it is quite well done considering all that. So if I can get out of the garage here, let's head on board with DK. Take a look at his helmet. Get a nice look
it's
here.
Max
Max
Verstappen.
Verstappen helmet. I expect nothing less from him.
Of course, is proclaimed being a Dutch guy and only knows a few Dutch words. So
He is a quite fast Dutch guy. Although Toxic
he
Boy
he claims to
has
be Dutch, but he isn't.
yeah, John him. Well, I mean, with that helmet, you'd think. There's
No,
Elmo's helmet. If you send those spec liveries with Alan, Will's helmet's unfortunately not covered with Papegas all over the place. Zyph, one of the
this guy.
admins, he's in, and he's running one of those spec liveries.
Let me see, James.
James, with
Oh,
I don't recognize that brand. I'm sorry, but
oh, that's like a little yeah. How do I say it in English? Sorry for my bad English, by the way.
yeah, don't worry about
You
it.
can see it on the side. It's like a ice thing. It's like, yeah.
It looks very
Wait.
tasty.
Oh
Looks
yes,
very
it
fit.
is.
Toaster's instructing me not to show the banner. I
Oh
think
yes, we need.
I'm gonna take his word on that.
It's
Bogdan with a
yeah.
very nice livery. I think I saw this one in the livery chat. This one's
Yeah, he's
very well
always
done.
using these like sponsors and these colors. I really like it. It's like
Timon in
consistent
chat,
doing the same
it's
thing.
ice bread. I think I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean by that.
Yeah, thank you, Timer.
This is a very well done livery, almost like a watermelon kind of vibe to
Yeah,
it.
it's a store as far as I know.
Is it? So
So cheap with
I'm
a
not familiar with brands all over the world. Sorry, chat.
same.
But Mitchell, very nice neon livery, simple 24s in a nice font with the
Little
card there.
like
That's a nice touch. Sir
Sir Chief.
Chief.
Oh, and now it's waiting for
Let's
times.
head back to Sir Chief. Custom livery, of course. Quite well done. Don't recognize this. Is that in Dutch, Steven?
No, it's not Dutch.
Interesting. It is quite well done. He's got the the Italian flag. Of course, advertising GeForce RTX. I mean, how can you not?
3-day Rapid. It's like a pretty cool company.
Yeah, 3D Wrap. I've seen a few of the things that they've done. They're actually quite a
I'm
cool company.
getting tomorrow a package from them for my steering wheel to fix them after last week's. I broke my pedals, my steering
Really?
pedals. Yes, I broke my shifting pedals on my wheel, and they
Oh,
have like a
no.
really good replacement set for them. So I ordered them like Wednesday, and they're like already in the Netherlands, but I'm getting tomorrow.
Especially in a time
Hopefully.
like this, fast shipping is something we kind of take for granted. We saw Mitchell's
Mitchell.
livery. This is Elmo's
Elmo.
again. This is Rushed by Will, of course. Seeing
It's
this
a cursed
car,
livery,
it's so cursed. Seeing this thing barreling through turn 1 during the
and I
race.
think this is even more cursed than the livery James made for the
Oh
mini
yeah,
race.
when we looked through those endurance liveries that James made and all the hidden bits
Oh
of
no.
Nintendo intellectual property or not
If
those.
you go back a few weeks ago, we did like a mini race, and he had like a completely Disney figure. I don't know, Mike Skalowski or something. From Monsters
A
Inc.
Mike Wazowski livery. Oh, I can only imagine
Yes.
how bad that is.
Yeah, that's cursed, but this is also cursed. You have Bogdan with the beautiful livery.
Yeah, that is very easy on the eyes, that livery, and the car itself doesn't look that bad either, but he
And
has set the fastest lap so far, even though everyone's just running through their out laps. But
by
he's
the way,
got
hi
Will in the
Toaster,
pursuit.
hi girlfriend of Stefan. I'm just reading through the chat, and I see like little corgis.
Also, so we got a lot of support for Bundewa and the Bundewa boys in chat today.
Oh yes.
They have proven their pace in the Formula Agile race. They're very quick. I don't think I missed any. Oh, I don't think we've taken a
Oh
look
yes.
at No Concepts livery.
Yes, Stefan's livery, Corgi Racing.
Yes. See the little Corgi there. That's nice. Nice touch. But he's on
Sadly, I
his
don't
out
know the
lap.
brand.
Just trying to get everything put together. We have Elmo. We've taken a look at his. Nazim with a kind of dazzle camouflage livery. I really like the way the purples work together. Red Bull on the hood, Microsoft on the
It's,
banner.
it's like Nazim and I also drive in the MX5 Cup, and
Yeah,
I drive a camo livery, and he drives camo livery, I
that's
think.
I mean, it's not because my name's Camo, but I do really like the way this camouflage flows together.
It's for me like my last name Soldier, if you translate it to English. So that's why I promote himself in this Discord to General, because I want to be higher.
That's great. How about Will
But
with a 31.9 to take
ooh,
provisional P1, although the very first laps are just being completed now, but the
and
Papega
Shadow
racing
takes,
machine.
and Toxic goes faster, and Elmo goes
Toxic Boy
second.
goes faster. 130. We've already broken into the 130s with Elmo just behind with a
I
30.8.
don't see DK at the moment. Where is he?
No, I don't think he has put in a lap so far. Let's get a look at him. He's going to put over one right now. And he
He
goes
takes
P2
second.
with a 30.6. I think being in the 1 minute 30s is going to be the best bet for everyone today. Toxic Boy got passed by Elmo there in the first sector. I don't know if that's going to affect his time. It probably will. I am quite glad that I no longer have to guess people's names, that all of them have shown up. But Toxic Boy is in control here. 30.2 is the benchmark to beat. He has been very, very fast in every race I've seen from him, battling on track with him or whatnot. But I think he's going to be one of the favorites to win this one. DK is, of course, a staple at the front of the pack. Very fast. And Elmo, in P3 right now, he's shown very strong pace. Let's see if he can improve his
Split.
lap.
James goes fifth place.
James to P5 with a 31.3.
Diamond is saying in the chat, I think DK will win. I hope he doesn't win. Sorry.
It is a fairly safe bet to say so. He's always really fast. But Elmo's going to cross the line. He will not improve, but Shallow Water is going to go up to P4. A lot of time
Or
left in this
time for
practice
play.
session. 14 minutes, 40 seconds.
Stefan goes 14th.
Yep, no concept on the board with a 33.4.
By the way, let us know in the chat who you guys think will win.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of drivers that have a chance to bring this one home. I think anyone inside
Especially when you race really clean and let some space at the beginning.
Mhm.
We saw it like in the B split. Some people left some space and then got at the end like a really fast pace. So it's like a little bit of a guessing, and especially
Yeah,
with this track with bumpiness. And
our Baker stopped on track. Mitchell slots in to P12 with a 32.1. And Elmo's going to reset to the pits as well. 14 minutes left. In chat, he thinks Toxic Boy, but he hopes Jim for Tikok, I think. Whatever. But he thinks Toxic Boy is going to win, but he hopes that Jim gets it.
we will see by that.
Toxic Boy is a pretty safe bet with a 30.2. I didn't think anyone was going to get below a 30.3, even in pro
As
split.
Alan goes 6th place.
Alan to P6 from the bottom of the timing sheets. Great lap from him, 31.4.
Toaster is also driving.
Oh, Toaster's back. After dominating the rookie split, he wants to try to go after the pro guys. A Shallow Water to P3. James is in P4, and Alan in the pits, comfortable in P6. Although there is only about 0.3 of a second separating James, Alan, and Will.
Naughty saying, I want Alan to beat James.
I want to see Alan do well here too, as Shallow Water resets to pits. I honestly think anyone inside the top 6, top
As
7
Alvin
has
goes
a
8th
chance at the
place.
win. I think the biggest key to winning this race is going to be consistency and maintaining control, because these cars can snap on you like you saw in the rookie split as fast as you can blink, and but staying consistent, knowing when to push, when to relax, is going to be, I think, the biggest factor in who's going to win.
It's like pretty me driving an MX5 Cup, I only like try to get consistent, and that's like where I gun in races in fourth place. But I'll see it like in weekly races. The guys who are like trying to push for every place, they're gonna spin out, or they're gonna cook the tires at the end, or the tires are just destroyed.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be like yeah, a Squirrel goes fifth place.
Will to P5, Hypnotic to P8. Good laps from them both. But I think we've seen it in weekly races past that anything can happen, and there have been incidents all the way up and down the field in many laps. Will spins
As
off
Will
the
goes off.
track. I think he was trying to avoid Hypnotic on the outside, even though he was off track.
I think that was James with the little Ginetta.
It might have been James. We'll see him come around through here. Oh, or we won't. TV camera gets focused on him now. There it is. TV camera's been a little finicky for these last couple of races, but we'll watch James round out his lap. He's 1.1 down on his delta. I don't think he's going to improve here. Shallow Water looks like he's off track. James goes wide in the final corner. And Shallow Water back on track, as we can see. Toxic Boy. We'll watch the rest of this lap from an onboard perspective. And, I mean, with a 130.2, do you really think there's going to be any more time to find on track?
I saw some people doing with some traffic, like 129s with the draft and everything, but I don't think that's possible at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of opportunities to get opened up by being in the draft.
As Jack goes to 7th place, splitting James and Alan.
Yeah, like I said, I think everyone down to 7th place has got a shot at winning, because with how close everyone is generally on pace, I think there's going to be a lot of side-by-side battles, almost too many to keep track of, but I mean, I think it's going to be a great race through the first few sectors. And I mean, the rookie races, there are a few isolated wheel-to-wheel fights that are great to watch, but I think we might just get more of the same here.
I hope there are like some really good battles behind.
DK
also,
to
DK goes
P1
faster.
by 1.77 as 10 minutes on the session remain. DK has found the time for a 30 flat. That's unbelievable.
I think he got some luck with some people who are also trying to set laps and got some drafts and everything.
Yeah, getting the
Because
draft
the
to be
draft is
big.
really OP at the moment.
Yeah, if DK can just get one more decent lap along that pace, he might bring it home. Toxic Boy might be thinking about trying to pick up some traffic, try to set that pole lap, because
Side goes 5th fastest.
very good lap from Zaif to 31.1. Low 31s is good pace. P5, he'd be right in the middle of it down into turn 1, but I think it's a good place to be, because if the leaders wipe out, you're in perfect position to just swoop in and improve your standings. Sir Chief to 17th, starting one more lap. He's got plenty of time to iron out some of the problems with his line. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left right about now. So everyone's got plenty of time left in the session to figure out what they want. James goes to the pits, as you can see here.
I think maybe spin at the end of the track and then got the pits, because, yeah.
Maybe R. Baker into the wall and off track. Redshift is going to put in a new lap. He's 18th. Ooh, huge slide through turn 1. He keeps it in the gravel and off the racing line, but that's not great when you're trying to fight your way from P18. He'll go straight back out on track and go for it again. I think James is going to pull out at the same time.
I'm probably going to say it wrong, but Patrice in the chat, very close times, indeed.
Yes, Patrice, very, very close times indeed. I mean, I think this could be just one big race-long fight for most of these guys. Within a couple
James and Will are fighting on track.
James and Will close together.
Toaster goes 7.
Yeah, I was taking a drink. Toaster to 7th after dominating rookie split. for both races, forward and reverse grids. He rocks up to Pro Split on a controller and goes P7 with a 31-2.
Talking about Toaster. Toaster's normally in Pro Split, but he was like last week really getting. He was trying in the Formula Agile, trying to get into
Yeah,
weekly
he
of in the
did
rookie split.
smurf into the A split for the Formula Agile race.
Um,
Or he attempted to smurf, as I shut him down. That was very funny in
Indeed.
the voice chat.
Then he sent me like Monday or Tuesday a message, and I told like everybody, and Toaster wanted to keep it like really low. Toaster wanted to change like names because I was like at that point still driving her in rookie split and not in pro split. And he sent me a message. Do you want to change from names and from country? I'm driving under your name in split, and you're driving under my name in split. I'm like, let me think about it. Then I told like almost everybody, without Toaster knowing it. So yeah, I had some fun this week.
Yeah, Toaster's adventures in attempting to smurf have been well chronicled in the Charge Discord, but it has been very funny to watch. But he did get his wish, he did get into rookie split, and he did win lights to flag in the first race. And
So
the
next
second
week he's
race.
getting 200 kilos of ballast on his car.
Yeah, I think he's going to get thrown into the pro split, and he's going to stay there. Yeah, Naughty, it's a recurring theme in the Discord.
No. Naughty's talking about my story I was telling. I think he heard like 17 times, 20 times something.
Yes. But
Because I was
DK still in charge, 30.062. Toxic Boy did get into the low 30s, 30.239. I think that might have been his time he had before. Let's see if he can improve throughout the end of this lap. Try to wrestle away pole position
I think
from
he got
DK.
like held up like 2 or 3 times so on this fast lap.
Yeah, that can be so frustrating in qualifying when you're trying to fight for the top. Naughty only heard it from Steven. That's amazing. But Toxic Boy, he will go P1 by
Goes faster.
28 thousandths of a second. He will go faster. Toxic
Now
Boy to
DK
P1.
faster.
Can
And maybe
DK
Shadow can
respond
do
now?
I don't think so.
He's 0.28 down on Toxic's Delta, so if he can get just a little bit later on the brakes into one of these corners, he has a chance to bring it back. The margins are so fine. Like Patrese said, that just so close. As James gets an interesting line, yeah.
Maybe get slipstream from James.
I don't know. Will said earlier for the rookie split that the slipstream is about 2/10, so you have to be right on him to get that slipstream boost. DK will not improve his time. Zyfe looks to be off track in the final sector. I think he's just letting some traffic by. You know, lets Matara by. So I think Zyfe just biding his time, trying to set up for the last few laps. Jack Lantern to P7, Elmo to P3. Elmo has beaten Shallow Water to the final podium spot so far in practice, and Shallow Water takes it right back. Top 5 so close, top 4 separated by only 0.6 of a second, even in qualifying. It's going to be great stuff in the first sector, watching everyone try to jostle for position.
Just also look at the pick like Art Baker, Jim, Bogdan, Ellen Hypnotic, James. All fast guys. Sir Chief, Redshift, and Unconcept are all fast guys. But you just need to get a really good clean lap to get some better position on the track.
Only about 3.5 minutes with a little bit of change left in the session. We'll be getting ready to go for the first race in the Pro Split.
I'm getting some private messages from people.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. So,
oh yeah.
While qualifying is coming to a close, I figured I might ask now, chat, what's your guesses for deaths in turn 1? Rookie split was far cleaner than expected, and all the deaths happened at the end of the first lap. What do you think for the pro split? I think everyone's going to be alright. Time in with a guess of 2, max. That's a safe bet. I think I think there's going to be 3, because if one person goes wide, tries to get back on track too fast, pings off of somebody else, is just chain reaction from there. So I'm going to guess 3. Steven, do you think there's going to be any deaths in turn 1?
Oh yes, for sure. And I think it's more like at the back where people trying to stick around the rounds outside or like too much on the inside or going out. So I'm probably thinking like top 10 will stay the same thing. And then like back there is some real problems gonna be happening.
Okay, so think the problems are going to happen more toward the back.
Yes.
I think that's a very safe bet, but the thing about it is if people in the back start to get all over the place and squirrely, and they start, coming toward the front, that might cause some problems up front and shake up the top 10. But Will is going to go P6 with a 31-1. He's been in the top 10 basically the whole session, and I'd probably consider him a dark horse to win this one from P6 if this is the way they all start.
And if you get a really bad start or you maybe crash out of race 1, you have also still the reverse grid race to do something good.
Yes, like Cats in the rookie split didn't have a great first race, if I'm not mistaken, and then finished P2 in the reverse grid race, so there's definitely redemption to be had.
Yeah, last week I hadn't like that much practice and I got invited for the pro split for the first time ever. And then I crashed sometimes in the qualifying, crashed sometimes in the first race, and then on the second race I was like 4th on the grid and was already up in 3rd place at T1. And then at T2 I crashed with Toaster and Jack Lantern, I think it was. But I also got a problem that my nose was bleeding some blood, and then I retired of the race.
Yeah, some things you just can't control. It's unfortunate to get
No,
snubbed like that.
and yeah, it started like at the end of race 1, so I was really annoyed by it, and I was like hoping that it should stop in the few minutes we had like between them, but yeah, it didn't stop. It even became worse. So yeah, I had like a doctor visit after that on Monday. But still,
YK with the headshots, 96. Where's Meridabera? I'm not 100% sure.
Mara de Berra was driving in Rookie Split B.
Ah, okay. Because I saw him in the practice server, and I was wondering where he was. He was quite fast.
He was indeed fast, and I think he came second in the overall in Rookie Split B.
So there you
He
go.
got a top
YK.
2 and a top 3, I think it was.
Top 2, top 3, strong showing from Meridabera in Rookie Split B. Rookie Split B is going to get put on YouTube soon. There's a charged YouTube account where that full stream replay will be, just like a replay of this.
It's
on
like
Twitch
me
channel.
and James commentating on that one, so...
Yes, very on Steven and James, who is currently in P11 right now as qualifying comes to a close. Toxic Boy has broken the 130 barrier, 129.803. Fastest time I've personally seen with this car in this track. And right at the dying stages of qualifying, he protects his pole position with a 29.8. That is ballistically fast. DK is going to have to put it all into this final sector.
Shiro Hero is saying, "What the fuck this time?" Kill for food walk.
These guys in the pro split do not mess around. They are very, very good. DK gonna try to strike back. His final lap that he can put in. Let's see if he can beat 29.8. He's not gonna do it. 30.5 through 2, not a great lap. As the horns sound off, Toxic Boy is going to be the one in P1 for the start of this race. Let me just back the camera around. Do a nice turn 1 angle here. Quit that off screen.
As we have Toxic on pole position, DK on 2nd, Shallow on 3rd, Elmo on 4th, Scythe on 5th, Mitchell on 6th, 7 Will, 8 Jack Lantern, 9 Toaster, pretty decent time, 10 Hypnotic, 11 James, 12 Alan, 13 Jim, 14 Bogdan, 15 Art Baker, 16 Matara, 17 Redshift, 18 Sir Chief, 19 No Concept, and 20 Nazim.
Thank you, Steven, for the run through the order. I think this is going to be one great race to watch. We got 20 minutes of pro split action with the Ginetta GT5s.
20 minutes of probably people crashing or a really good race.
Yeah, so I hope it's a very good race. Gives you something to talk about, gives you something to watch. But the cars are going to be headed to the grid very soon, about 3 minutes or so after that. The lights are going to go out, and we'll be watching some great action here. Very fast guys, very close. I mean, everyone's in the 31s all the way up until P15, and then there's the 32s and 133 for Nazim. I think I'm gonna take DK to win this one, much to the dismay of probably most of chat and Steven, but I think DK's got the pace, so he's gonna be my
There are
pick.
some votes trying to kick Toaster.
Probably. I mean, with what he did in the rookie split is very, very impressive. But in
I
pro
didn't. I
split,
don't know what he did. I know he won, but I don't know by how many seconds.
he won by daylight. He did not have much of a threat from behind
In that case, Toaster, if you're like listening to us or maybe in the chat, bet Brett Heater.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with that again, Toaster, if you win lights to flag in the first race and just go on to dominate the second race. I don't think rookie split's going to be where you're going to stay. Zyfe probably already has a plan
I
figured
think
out for that.
he's already getting back into pro split and he isn't allowed to drive anymore. And I don't hope he does it again. Like Friday evening, he tried to set up a revolution.
Yes, that
It was like the
revolution in the
monkey
Discord.
revolution.
If you're not in the Discord, there was a monkey revolution attempted by Toaster. Zyfe very quickly funneled it into the memes chat instead of the general chat, but it was very funny to watch. But
It was. There were a lot of monkeys.
if there's anyone in the chat who's not in the Discord and would like to participate in any of these races or any potential monkey takeovers, I'll see if I can get a Discord invite for the end of the stream for you if you stick around. But right now,
Shall I post it now at the moment?
if you can get one, go ahead. But in the Discord, obviously, the main focus is Assetto Corsa racing. But there's also War Thunder lobbies, Euro Truck lobbies, all that other good stuff.
I don't think Eurotruck anymore because of the thing what last night happened. We waiting a half an hour for even driving, and then it's like me killing people and driving in reverse on the highway.
Yeah, and James clipping into the ground. That was a very funny funny highlight. But
did you saw like my kills? I was like driving in reverse and killing people and doing backflips and.
yeah, the Euro Truck physics engine is something to behold. But we should be ready to go any minute now. Lights are going to come on, and we'll be ready to go.
And no girlfriend from of Stefan. No Hoink if you like gaming. Please no.
I think that one got shut down last night.
Oh yes, it got.
It was a great meme, but that one got shut down. So just wondering whenever the lights are going to come on. I'll be ready to talk more about some stuff. But Toxic Boy from P1.
Probably somebody's joining.
Maybe somebody joining. But
maybe those are back.
It's going to be Toxic Boy trying to defend from DK. They're going to be side by side into turn 1, especially with these cars. If everyone can keep it clean, it'll be quite the spectacle. Although I'm not sure my
It's the weird thing because like you're starting here like night side by side, so you don't have like a little extra gain from getting pole position. So if you're like second, you still have pole position.
Yeah, and especially with how close they are, it's only a tenth, 2/10 at most between them. So it is going to be side-by-side action down into turn 1. Hopefully everyone gets off the line all right, doesn't pull a Formula Agile and just cranks it to the right off the line and causes calamity, but that was in the rookie split. This is the pro split, and...
Oh, it also happened in the pro split, but nobody saw it.
Yeah, okay, so we have the lights now. They're all out right now, and they're going to start lighting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lights are on, 6 lights are out. Pro split is underway. Seems to be a fairly clean getaway. You're going to see the cars start fanning out shortly. Not quite as much as we saw in rookie split, but they are almost going 3 wide further down the field. DK has the lead heading into turn 1, and everyone's going to go side by side. Only a couple drivers off track. Very clean through there.
Oh, there's a crash.
Oh, there's been a crash. Bogdan connects with
and
Jim. And Matara loses some spots. Baker's up. Redshift is up, and we've lost another one. It's Matara. Matara is out. He's off track with, I think that's Sir
Stefan is also up.
Chief. Nazim. Mitchell losing positions. Will Wadsworth out the other side. Zeif passed him. And Mitchell's going to lose another position to Will. Side by side all the way up and down the field.
James is already. James
More
is getting
or less.
position. I think Mitchell has some problems.
James he's making some decent progress. He's up to P7. Hypnotic passes Jack Lantern. No Concept passes Alan. Alan gets him right back. There's nothing between these guys. And Will up to P5. Huge strain of cars here. They're going to fan out, get into the narrow final sector. We'll take a look at Will. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there. He brings it all back together. Toxic Boy and DK. Let's see who can stay in front. Further down the field, I think it's Jack Lantern in the middle of it all. Hypnotic gets hit. And everyone's going to shuffle through. We have one driver in the pits.
Probably a jump start.
Zeif to the pits, possibly for a jump start. DK goes wide. Toxic Boy right on his tail. And everyone's going to gain a position from Zeif to the pits. Alan passes Jack Lantern for P11. Keep an eye on this fight.
Is Zeif already out of the pits or not?
Zeif shuffles down to P19. He has exited the pits. Shallow Water P4 with a beautiful HKS livery. He's going to be hoping that it all goes wrong for DK and Toxic. They're next to each other.
Place to Jim.
Nazim does lose a place to Jim further down the field. Baker up to P8. Oh no, he's down to 9th. Now to 10th. There may have been a problem. Jim looks like he went off track. We'll keep an eye on DK.
Goes also placed up.
Baker seems to have dropped a couple positions. Nazim to 15th. DK still in command of this race. Toxic Boy's not letting him have it easy though. Shallow Water.
Alan goes past Redshift.
Alan is making moves right now. He's side by side with Redshift. He's going to get forced to the outside. This might get dicey here. 3 identical cars all charging for the same spot of tarmac. But Alan holds on to P9, trying to catch Hypnotic, but he's got Redshift and company behind. Bearing down on him.
And our Baker goes back to Jake.
DK and Toxic 31s for the first 5 across the line. DK sets up far outside. Gets the run he wants. I think Elmo might be sizing up Toxic Boy. He goes a little wide, Shallow Water behind. Trying to catch up.
Just look at Stefan, almost second to last place. He's already up to 11.
Yeah, he is in 11th. No Concept on a charge right now. He's made it through most of the Calamity, and Bogdan, I think he's getting passed by Baker. Yes, he is getting passed by Baker. Cuts it very close to the inside wall. And Bogdan's going to get passed by Jack Lantern. And Jack Lantern...
Oh, Toaster got kicked by the race.
Toaster has been kicked. Not sure what the rules
Toaster is
are.
In the chat.
Ooh, there's a bit of a slide from Baker.
Okay, Toaster wasn't allowed to race, so he left and he wanted to appear as a...
For 1 second, DK and Toxic right next to each other. Let's keep an eye on this from inside Toxic Boy's Ginetta. He's going to try to the outside, entering the final sector. Oh, there's contact on the doors. DK holds the position. It could kick off in the last hairpin. Elmo's in the mix now.
Don't get it on the curb.
Toxic got the inside line. I think Elmo got a better run. Will and Shadow fighting just behind them, seeing if they could pick up the pieces if this all goes wrong. Elmo's going to look for a move on Toxic. Sets up for the inside line of the right-handed turn 1. Side by side. Backs out of it at the last second. I think Toxic just held his line very well on the outside.
Our Baker just got past Jack, and Jack got another place down. Bogdan also got past.
DK is probably very happy that Toxic and Elmo are going at it behind him because it just loses time for both of them and he gets to run away. Shallow Water and Will having a great fight for P4. Will has it right now to the outside. I think Shallow passed him. Yeah, Shallow clears him on the inside. Will's going to try to get a comeback. Ooh, bit of a sketchy defense there from Shallow, but he leaves Will space. Will better run around the outside. They're going to still go side by side. Almost coming to blows. Will keeps it off of him, and I think Will's kept it together. Brilliantly saved. He was so close to hitting the barrier, and Will is going to keep P5, going to set up to try to attack Shallow again. Let's head back to the front of the pack with DK and Toxic side by side. Sorry to have missed some of that, but Toxic going to try to get him in turn 1.
Sir Chief got past Matara, and Saif also got past Matara. Bogdan and Jack are also really fighting hard for places.
We've got
13th,
great
14th
battles
place.
up and down the grid. This is excellent racing to watch. Toxic, I think he's a little too far back to make a move on DK for turn 1 just yet. But there are
Look at
13
James,
minutes
6th
left.
place already.
James
He
to
started
6th.
11.
He is chasing after Will. Put in a 31.6. He does have Mitchell behind him, lapping faster, but James is going to try to beat Will to P5. Will is a second
Which is
behind
also
Shallow
closing
Water.
up.
Elmo and Toxic Boy, the top 3 are just always within striking distance of each other. We might have No Concept trying to make a move on Redshift further down the field. Mitchell trying to pass James, not too
Ooh,
much
Sir Chief got
between
past
them.
3.
Sir Chief makes up a couple positions. Nazim goes off track. Jim goes off track. And Shallow Water half spins onto the grass. That promotes Will to 4th,
Shallow.
James to 5th, Mitchell to 6th, and Hypnotic to 7th. Shadow is going to have to defend hard, but Allen is going to get past him.
And got
Allen
past.
with a great race so far. P8 from way down the pack from qualifying.
He was 12, I think it was.
Now back to the fight up front. In the last sector is when it gets the closest. Toxic Boy closing up on DK. I don't know if it's going to happen in the... Oh, Elmo half spins from
Elmo
3rd!
loses it.
Can Will get him? DK and Toxic side by side. The whole top 4 is up for grabs here as Jack Lantern gets passed by Bogdan. DK and Toxic. Toxic a little bit out of range, but Will might try to make something happen in the first sector. Let's go on board with him trying to chase down Elmo after Elmo's unfortunate half spin in the last couple of corners.
Look at Stefan closing up also again on Redshift.
Stefan and Redshift having a great fight. They're trying to get into the top 10. Stefan is, at least, and Redshift's trying to keep him out of it. After regular TV cameras. Yeah, he's P11. It is well on the cards for him to get a top 10. Our Baker loses a spot to Jack Lantern. He's off track. That might happen. Toxic Boy and DK are side by side all the way through the second sector. We need to keep an eye on this. Excellent racing. Toxic Boy takes the lead. I don't think there was any contact. We did catch it late. My apologies. But DK is going to try to get back on him down the inside of the braking zone. They don't make contact as far as I could see there. That was so close. Man, there was nothing between those cars, but Toxic still has the lead. We'll go on board with DK, the Max
Stefan is
Verstappen.
really on all the back of Redshift at the moment.
We're going to keep an eye on DK, see if he can do something in the first sector. Usually, this fight between the two is at its closest in the third sector. I think just the differential between the pace of the drivers is at its greatest there. Mitchell and Hypnotic up next to James trying to get something done. Stefan and Redshift fighting throughout the final couple of corners. Will is... he's in range of a podium. He is in range of a podium if Elmo can keep his temps under
Saif got
control.
past Nazim.
Saif starting to begin his slow but sure fight through the field, coming up on halfway left in the race. And Will and Elmo might be one of the bigger fights that we're going to see toward the end. Nazim with a 33 flat on race pace. Sir Chief passes Jack Lantern. He's well clear. I think Jack Lantern had a problem because he's getting passed by R. Baker too. Zyfe might make up another spot on him, and Hypnotic is side by side with Mitchell.
Ooh, a little bit of squeezing.
P6 is up for grabs here, squeezing side by side, fender to fender,
I've got
and
up to 15th place. He passed
Zeif's
check.
still going up the field. And Mitchell is going to come off worse from the fight, but he got a much better run on Hypnotic.
Saif and Jack are still fighting for 15th place. And Nazim got past Jack.
Nazim, Stefan into the
Stefan
top
got
10. Redshift not letting him get away with it, though. Oh, there's a slide there from Stephanie. Saves it. Redshift down the inside. They keep it clean. No real contact there. Sir Chief with a little bit of an
Look at
excursion
this
off
little
the
train in the
track.
back.
There's a huge train behind them. No Concept's going to keep it together. Our Baker is at the head of this little train. He's got Zeif all over him. Will's starting to creep up on Elmo for P3. Our Baker trying to defend from a whole train of cars behind him. Ooh, there might have been a little bit of contact there with Nazim and Zeif. Nazim gets the better exit. Zeif on the outside,
You,
though. Zeif has the
you
spot.
really need
Nazim
to watch
slots
out on the
right in.
outside. You really need to watch on the inside of the last chicane. If you go on the curb, you're probably gonna spin if you're doing it wrong. We saw that a lot in the B split.
Yeah, in the A split, there was a driver that I think he got too close and he almost went into the pit lane by mistake. But Will's trying to get P3 for the Papega Racing Machine.
Nazim got placed up. Saif
Cursed
is
rookie.
14th place.
R. Baker spins.
Ooh.
Zeif keeps moving up the field. Will and Elmo. Long-term fight here. Gotta stay patient.
Shello is closing up to Allen. And Redshift got past Stefan.
James P5, fairly safe where he is there. The top three have sort of fanned out from their initial few positions in the first 7 laps.
Shello got past Allen.
8 minutes left. Allen down to P9, flashing his lights. I don't think he was too proud of that. Usually they're a lot closer when a clean pass gets made. Bogdan passes Stefan. Stefan down to P12. He was in P10 just 1 lap ago.
Maybe cook his tires for maybe spin.
Maybe these tires are very prone to heating, and once they're heated, you don't get much grip at all. Hypnotic might try to size up a move on James here within a lap or two, but he's got Mitchell behind, bearing down on him, and behind them, Shallow Water, Allen, and Redshift. I'm going to keep an eye on the deltas, try to bring you the closest fights we can for the highest positions we can. So far, the racing has been
fighting again, almost.
So far, the racing's been great. Jack Lantern passes Matara. Sir Chief all on his own. Nazim gonna try to go around the outside of Zeif. That's a late move. Just keeps it out of the gravel trap, but Zeif is gonna keep that. P14. And Will is within half a second of Elmo. This could heat up very quickly. Matara up to 17th. Will might try to hang it around the outside. He almost goes off the track side by side. Is Elmo going to leave him space? Is Will going to leave Elmo space? And Will gets the position of brilliant pass for P3. Absolutely spectacular racing. Both drivers leaving each other space. And there's even more action behind them as Hypnotic and Mitchell are fighting with each other. Will beginning to slowly but surely pull away. And we have a car off track toward the back of the field. Shallow Water spins. Oh, don't rejoin there. Oh, he's going to have to wait a while. Stefan also spun too. Was at the same time. Ooh, that might be a sketchy rejoin. Oh, so close to contact. Nazim almost just plowed through Shallow Water. That would have been
Stefan losing a lot
rough to watch. Stefan dropping down to 17th. But like Zeif has shown us, it's not impossible to come back. Redshift trying to defend from Bogdan. He's holding on to P9 right now. Not a terrible spot to be, especially for reverse grid, and there's only 5 minutes left. Do you really want to try to advance your position with this much left in the race? I don't know. It's down to the drivers. But Bogdan is all over Redshift right now. Stay out of P10, trying to get up to P9. And Elmo within a second of Will. Hypnotic within a second of James. He's within 2/10. James goes off the track! Gets back on. Allen might pass him now.
Oh yes, Allen is closing up real fast.
Here's
James
Allen
can't hold it.
Catching on James on board. That's very unfortunate to see James go off like that. Sir Chief, he might be setting up a move on Bogdan. He does pass Bogdan. Let's go on board. And Sir Chief has the position. Bogdan, ooh, bit of a slide there. Had to keep it all gathered up.
Meccano is saying, can we see more of the back markers?
No
So
problem,
maybe
man. Nazim, he's trying to make a move on Zyfe. Good call. Chat. Nazim side by side with Zyfe. Ooh, rush by
He's gonna
right
take it.
behind him.
maybe next.
Zyfe still has the position. Nazim's dropped a couple. Shallow Water looked to the outside. Nazim on the outside of rush by. Don't hit Zyfe. Oh, keep it together. Good save there, but Shallow Water might pick up the place. He doesn't. Oh, there's contact. Nazim hits rush by. Sir Chief passes redshift for
Shell
P9.
goes real wide with that.
Ooh, they are nose to tail in every sense of the phrase. Down to P1.
So you're saying in the chat, boink.
Lots of bonks going on here at the back of the field. Rushed by Shallow Water, Nazim, and Zyfe, all fighting for P12. Not too far out of the top 10, and in a very good spot for the reverse grid race, but they are racing like it doesn't matter.
Stefan got past Natara, Jack also, so maybe Natara has a problem.
Tara might have a problem. We'll take a look. No, he seems to be fairly decent on race pace. Redshift passes Sir Chief, but he's crossed up his arms a lot. Very sideways. And he's now got 2 cars within half a second of him. Redshift needs to defend. There's more action heading on with Shallow Water, Nazim. Zyfe seems to start running away from all of this, but Nazim is just behind it all. Shallow Water and rushed by. Close racing, side by side. Toxic Boy sets a fast lap, and there's, almost a murder. Shallow Water, side by side with Nazim now after almost hitting rush by. He follows rush by almost off the whole track. And are they about to go 3 wide into this next section? They almost were. Shallow Water comes off worse. Nazim to the inside of rush by. Sir Chief makes a pass. Oh, rush by almost gets pinged into the barrier, and Shallow Water is going to get off the better of all 3 of them. He might have a run on Nazim down the pit straight.
Oh, he got definitely a run on Nazim.
Bonking
I think Nazim has a problem. I think he got backstabbed or stabbed.
This is close quarters racing. Sir Chief and Bogdan still engaged in combat. Ooh, James and Mitchell side by side.
And there's also
there might have been
up to the
problems with Hypnotic just in front. Oh, now we've got another little pack here. James to the outside of Mitchell, to the inside of Hypnotic. Double overtake made it look easy. Now he's just got Mitchell to work on. James with a very, very nicely done double overtake through traffic. He's up to P6 now. Now he's got to chase down Mitchell.
Now he needs to chase down the other Dutch boy in his race.
Ooh, I don't know how long that's going to last. Allen is going to look to pass James on the right, the outside, next left-hand corner.
Oh, yes.
That's tight, but he made it through. James's double overtake has now been reduced to a single overtake just a few corners afterward. James looks to the inside, doesn't try to make the move stick. Little bit of a slide there, and Hypnotic's going to make it past James now to the back of that queue. Elmo and Will still going at it. This is a race-long battle we're looking at. Will, I think he's got the advantage for now.
And then closing up to Mitchell again.
Allen and Mitchell still side by side. I think there was a car off just behind them. Don't think
Yeah,
it was
I think James.
James still within. He's still within a second of Hypnotic.
Yeah, but he lost places again because maybe did something with Hypnotic.
Did Mitchell and Allen. We might have another side-by-side event here. Fast, hard-braking right-hander. Don't hit his door. Allen stays to the outside. Mitchell holds the inside. Survive the bump, and Allen is not going to advance his position off of that move, but he might get another chance right now.
Nazim and Jim are really close together to Shallow.
Nose to tail, the whole field's fighting with the whole field. Allen nails the apex, gets the run.
Nazim and Jim are really fighting each other.
We got fights all the way up and down the field, like I said. Allen, ooh, so close to Mitchell. Keep it on the track, uses the rumble strip on the outside. I don't think Allen should make a move right here at this corner, but Hypnotic around the outside. We aren't even looking at that. Hypnotic makes a brilliant move on the outside of Allen, and now he's going to be the one to challenge Mitchell.
I'm Mitch thinking, please leave me alone.
This
Please
is
leave
the
me alone.
final lap of the race. Can Hypnotic beat Mitchell for P5? Can Will hold on for P3? And can Toxic keep it on the track? DK is fairly safe in second. Will and Elmo is going to be all out for these last couple of sectors here. I think Elmo's going to try to go all out, try to get that podium that he wants. Mitchell, Hypnotic, Allen all so close together. James is in the top 10. Sir Chief rounds out the top 10. And Zyfe up to P12 after pitting on lap 1. Elmo and Will side by side. This is for the last podium position. Elmo's nose to tail with Will. They head into the very, very fast third sector. I think Elmo just tried to set up for a pass on the outside. Allen's up to 6th, fighting with Hypnotic. Elmo and Will side by side. Elmo's got the better run. Keeps it nice and
I
clean.
think I can hold it.
Very close. He's all over the rear bumper of Will. Can Elmo get a better run? This is brilliant stuff for the final couple of laps. Toxic Boy's heading around the final corner. He is going to be bringing this win home. DK looking to get P2. Toxic Boy wins the first race in Pro Split. DK for P2. And Will and Elmo squabbling over P3. Will is holding on. I think he might get it. Will with a brilliant race. He made a great overtake to get that position, and he's going to hold Elmo off. Absolutely fantastic racing from both of them. James is side by side with Allen. There's nothing between them. Mitchell gets P5. I think Allen just got P6. Stole it from James the last second. No, James had it! What was the difference between them?
Nothing.
I could not tell it all. Hypnotic 8th, Redshift 9th, Sir Chief rounds out the top 10. Bogdan to 11th, Zyfe 12th, great recovery from him. Shallow Water, unfortunately, is going to drop to P13, but the reverse grid race should be his opportunity, and he'll turn turn 1 into a bowling alley.
And there's a big match.
Jim 14th, Nazim 15th, Jack Lantern 16th, Stefan 17th. Rough race for him. There's always the reverse grid for that. Matara is going to come home 18th, and R. Baker spinning his way down the pitch straight for 19th. Toxic with a brilliant, brilliant race. DK kept it fairly close the whole time. Fun stuff to see. Will and Elmo with a well-chronicled battle all the way throughout the entire race. Great podium for Will. He was a little hesitant about if he was going to be able to challenge for a win here. I think he definitely is able to after that showing, holding off the just brilliant attack of Elmo. Both drivers kept it completely clean. Mitchell and James and Allen, brilliant second half of the race from them. All clean racing. And James just getting Allen on the line. What a beautiful finish to watch. That's why you watch racing right there, everybody. Tight, tight finishes like that. Very end. Nothing between them. That's what we're here for.
Now hold up for the reverse grid race. Maybe we see some crazy things happening. Maybe Cy for the win, or
maybe Cy for the win with his pace coming back from a penalty drive-through for jump starting, coming back to finish P12. He's definitely got the pace to mix it with the guys up front. Steven, if you would like to do some interviews, who do you think we should drag in here?
Maybe first Zyfe asking what happened.
Yeah, let's get Zyfe in here, and I'm gonna go AFK for just a second. See you soon.
Hello, Zyfe.
Hello.
What happened there on the first?
I forgot to take any fuel with me.
Oh, you didn't take any fuel.
So I had to go for more fuel, and it took ages. So I was P5, and I was really happy with that because that lap was amazing, and I couldn't have done any better than that. And then I go to the grid, and I just see that I don't have enough fuel. So it was very, very annoying. So then I was like P19.
Yeah, we were like thinking about maybe a drive-through penalty for a jump start thing.
Just didn't take enough fuel. Completely forgot. I have my qualifying fuel in. So then I took fuel, and then I drove back to, like, I think it was P12.
Yeah, you did P12. Really great race to watch, and really good battles to see.
Yeah, even around me with some of the drivers who quit in the back, the race Croft was still so good. It was a lot of fun.
It was an awesome battle to see, and even Toxic and DK fighting for the win.
Ah, that's amazing. Who won?
Toxic won and DK got second, and
I see.
and Ellen and James were fighting really hard for sixth place. Yeah, for sixth place, and then on the line, James took it from Ellen.
Ooh, for me, it's saying that Alan finished ahead of James actually.
Nope, for us
I've
on
got
the
James
timing
over
screen,
Ellen.
it's
Yeah,
Yep.
it's for I can see like Alan is 6th and then James is 7th.
Well, I'd love to see the final margin of victory there. Go back into the
Same.
It was
replays and clip that one.
well, for me it's saying that Alan was 6th, but oh, I can't see it anymore. It was less than 10 thousandths of a second.
I shall track you back up. Boys, I have a good race.
I'm gonna
Thank
be
you.
saving that replay.
Indeed, it's
And rejoining the server.
it's maybe something with the Discord stream you're doing because it's really buggy. It's like pixel,
Yes. I'll see if I can deal with that in a minute.
and I've been watching like the normal stream for the times and everything.
That's probably a bit faster than a Discord stream because my computer's working overtime trying to get both of them up in a decent frame rate. Especially when
Yeah,
I go through turn 1, frame rates don't really survive too much. But how about that? I mean, I didn't even know where to look for most of that race, but just great stuff all the way up and down the field.
that's why you have me. I'm like always looking at times.
Will securing a very nice P3 off of a great attack from Elmo. I am so excited to see how this next race is going to shake down. We're going to take you
Oh yes, indeed.
in.
So for the chat, how many cars will crash at T1? Please give us some numbers.
I don't know. After that first start, I don't think there's going to be very many.
Oh, I think there will be some.
Well, there'll be some, but maybe not too much.
Is Naughty and Pika in the chat?
Hello. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know if they're like still alive and looking at it.
Is it just them?
No, it's just I see them in call and I know they're probably watching, but I want to see them in the chat, just to annoy them.
Oi, hey you two, be live. Good.
And there is Naughty and Phil.
They're live
Hi
now.
Phil.
So, that was a great race. I hope we get more of the same here for the last 20 minutes of charged weeklies. If you would like to join in on this kind of racing, get into the server, get with people who love to play Assetto Corsa and race hard and clean, there was a Discord link somewhere in the chat. Steven sent it.
Like
Nothing you really need other than just wanting to have fun, get in the Discord, and we can get you
Oh yeah,
all set for
forgot that I'm on the Corey Fan Club account. Oops. This one is better than the Ellen Fan Club Twitch account I also have.
That Discord link that Corgi Fan Club put in the chat, that's the Discord link you need. More support for the Bundewa boys.
And Pika is also in the chat. Hi Pika.
Hi Pika.
How's with your snow there? Because like the Netherlands is completely full of snow.
Yeah, I think there's snow everywhere all around the world.
I don't think in the Middle East, but still.
Good point, Spyro. So the reverse grid, let's see if we can zoom in a little further. So we've got Matara P1, our Baker P2, Jack Lantern, rushed by, well, let me Stefan, Zeif, Nazim, Shallow Water, Sir Chief, Bogdan, Hypnotic, Redshift, Alan, James, Elmo, Mitchell, Will, and Toxic. And we will go to a much better camera angle of the start, not of my car, of
Nazim got a really bad
Watch
start.
No Concept, Nazim, very bad start. He's hounded instantly. They're all going to fan out here. Will there be tears into turn 1? Side by side, most of the way down the
No.
pack.
Stefan is up to
Our
second
Baker's in the
place. Third
lead.
place.
No Concept losing
Runs a little bit wide.
positions. Rush by losing his position. They're still side by side all the way down. I think Allen got a fairly bad start. Will's up to 17th. They are so close to the barriers
James got
there.
up 12. Redshift
James
to 9.
12th. Sir Chief to 7th. Our Baker's still in the lead. He's got a 1.5 second lead to Matara, but Matara's busy fighting Stefan. Stefan, I think it was Stefan that locked up. He's lost the spot. Great pass from
And
Matara
Nazim
on
got
the
past
inside.
Elmo.
Hypnotics into the top 10. Bogdan's off track. Little bit of a squirrely
James got
exit
11th
there from
place.
Elmo. Nazim to 12th.
Nazim got also
They're
blocked.
still fighting all the way down the field. DK to 16th. He's
DK
begun his
plus
charge of the
Toxic.
field, but he's past Toxic. That's the biggest pass so far. Overall goal. No Concept is past Matara, who's past No Concept again. They're still fighting for P2. There's nowhere to focus on because it's all great racing all the way up and down the field. Jack-O-Lantern losing a position. They're 3 wide!
So wide.
There's big contact.
And the
Jack-O-Lantern's
touch.
off track. Stefan's off track, and it's all kicking off in the final sector. Lots of crashes.
James,
I think
James got shallow.
Redshift is involved. Jack-O-Lantern somehow made it out of that. DK's made up a host of positions. And
Shallow
I think
up to
they all
Stefan.
funnel through.
And somebody's in pits.
Someone just get fired into the pit lane. It's Nazim. Passing by my commentary car. Our Baker's running away. He needs to run away because there is DK, Toxic, Hypnotic, Mitchell, Will. They're all coming charging through the field. Hypnotic's in P12. He's in a great spot in case this all kicks off. James side by side with Elmo. Elmo's trying to hang it around the outside. Don't know if it's going to work. They're going to go single file through the chicane. Down.
Bogdan,
Oh,
Elmo, DK, Toxic, and Hypnotic all really close to each other.
There. Super tight racing. They might go side by side even further down in here.
Toxic got past DK.
Toxic is past DK. Elmo can't get past James. I think the Toxic and DK fight's going to be one of the biggest fights to watch throughout this whole race. They are the fastest drivers on track.
It's probably for the win of this week.
Oh yeah, all the way through the field, especially with how they finished in the last race. Everyone is still bunched up very close. Will P14, he's had a little bit of a slower
Toxic
start than
touching
everyone
up to
else,
Bogdan.
but I don't think he's crashed very much of at all. Elmo still fighting with James. He goes off track a little bit. Now he's going to get hounded by Bogdan.
And Zyfe got up to second place.
Zyfe to P2. He's past Matara. I think Matara may have had a problem. He's fighting with Sir Chief. Sir Chief with a beautiful cutback. Oh, that was great to watch.
Shallow is also coming up.
Sir Chief to P3. Shallow water around the outside. Matara, not a great lap from him. But that was a great cutback from Sir Chief. Throw that on the highlight reel. But we'll go back to the field. Toxic side by side with Bogdan. Down into turn 1. Don't throw away the whole race here, Toxic. But you got DK right behind you. It's not a very good camera angle. We'll go to another one. 3 wide into turn 1 in the braking zone. And Rushed By is going to... Or, sorry, Toxic is going to get the better of it as a little bit of lag kicks in. That was ball to the walls driving. Toxic comes out on top. Hypnotic to P11. Will's up to 13th. He's had a bit of a slower climb through the field, but he is on his way. Jack-O-Lantern and Matara side by side. Identical liveries, not identical drivers, though. And I think Jack-O-Lantern is going to end up behind Matara, but he's got a really good spot to go past him. Ooh, no contact there. Kept it very nice and clean. Toxic and Elmo just behind him. Even more colossal battle, nose to tail.
It's a really big gap between DK and Toxic.
Yeah,
It's like almost 2 seconds.
DK's kind of spaced out on his own. Elmo and Toxic, this is a huge fight here. We'll go on board with Toxic. Not that camera, though.
Pika saying, progress in the chat for Porkmobile. No, thank you.
Oh, it's... Oh, no! Toxic's in it! Elmo cuts the chicane! It's Jack-O-Lantern and James that came together in the final sector! That has shaken up the field even more. It's always happening in the final sector instead of the first. That just put DK right back in the fight. He's all over Toxic Boy. As Hypnotic scoots over to the left side, he's going to ride the pit wall. Can DK take advantage of it happening right in front of Toxic, slowing him down? No, he's not going to challenge him just yet.
Who was that's been around?
Will to P10, it was, I think
it was James.
No, I think it was Jack Lantern and James. Jack Lantern and James were involved in that. James is alright in P9, though. Jack Lantern down to 19th.
Smith 8K subscribed with Prime. Thank you.
Smith 8K. Smith the 8K. Dude, I'm awful with names today. But thank you for subscribing to Charge with Prime. If you're on the Discord or not, we can get you a donator role. Maybe you could try to DM Zyph or something, but right now, James and Will side by side. Oh, they've crashed! James and Will sideways, Will's all the way around, and he backs into traffic! Mitchell got hit, Bogdan got hit, Nazim's sideways, he's all the way off into the grass backwards. Oh, you just can't plan for what the traffic's gonna do behind him. I know Will was trying to get off the racing line, backs right into traffic, and Bogdan spins again. I think Nazim may have helped him a little bit. That is disastrous for Will's race, and he's overheated the tires. He's overheated the tires, and he's sideways. Shallow water off track. Second to last corner.
Shadow's off.
There's so much movement going on the timing screen. You can't keep up with any of it. Elmo, Toxic, and DK all nose to tail. Toxic is past Elmo. Can DK size up a move into turn 1? There's just too much to focus on. DK moves to the left, moves back to the right. Moves to the right, back to the left.
Will
rather.
Bogdan
Will's
got
down
past
to
Will.
P19. Oh, that's such a shame.
I
That's
think
such
so
a
for Will.
shame. Overheated the tires. These cars are very prone to it. He did have a very good first race for P3, but unfortunately, he's going to need one hell of a recovery drive if he's going to bring it back. Elmo and DK side by side. DK pulls off to the right-hand side. He's going to go for the inside line, breaking at the 50-meter board there or thereabouts. On the inside of Elmo, textbook pass, very well done. Is Elmo going to strike back? Let's take a look. Favorite onboard camera. Yeah,
Elmo and Fox in the chat. Will's tires must be more than cooked.
Yeah, after
I think they're like...
I think they're probably molten at this point. After spinning that fast and then getting punted by traffic, it's not his fault he tried to back off the line. Elmo needs to keep it just on the track, follows DK's line. DK holds onto the position. Elmo's been shuffled back down. But R. Baker, he is still in the driver's seat, rounding the last corner. Zyph is 3 seconds behind.
4 seconds.
Yeah, about 12 minutes left in the race. R. Baker
Maybe he can go for a win.
R. Baker definitely has a chance at going for the win. He's kept it all together
It's
while
not like
everyone
an
behind him is
closing up to DK.
losing
And DK's
it.
closing up to Toxic.
Toxic Boy, fastest lap, 31.047. Great lap there. And Elmo's going to try to defend from Hypnotic. I don't think he'll be able to catch up to DK with the paces he's had, but he's very much on track for a good result here. Oh, I say that, commentator's curse, and he catches a huge slide. That must have been terrifying in the car.
Again.
Well held. 130.8 is now the fastest lap.
And Shallow got past
Hypnotic, yes. Is Shallow going to go for Elmo? It'd be a risky dive bomb from there. Don't think he's going to do it. He's going to hold the outside line. Toxic and Matara side by side. Toxic looks like he has the run to complete this one. Gets to the inside. Good pass. Matara stays behind. Clean racing, both of them. Well done.
DK needs to really pick up the pace if he wants to win this overall.
Yeah, DK needs to. Oh, was that a little bit of a slide there from Toxic? If it was, he held on very well. Didn't go any wider than he normally would. DK really catching up to Matara now. I would think DK is going to try to get this move done by the end of the lap. Hangs it around the outside. All of the grip in the world out there. Late braking, gets past Matara. It is reset time for Matara because he's got Elmo bearing down on him. But DK has the position. He's got P5, Toxic P4,
No, DK needs...
still in the lead.
DK needs to really close the gap to Toxic.
Yeah, Alan and James. You saw these two last time around. They might have another photo finish with them. Alan very close behind, not close enough for a turn 1 move here. Elmo and Matara side by side. Matara just losing positions, but oh, did he hit him? I think Matara may have made contact with Elmo. Elmo kept it together. Matara shuffled down the order. Shallow Water gets passed. Hypnotic and Rushed By both get past. Matara as well. Matara from P5 to P10 in just a couple laps. Hard stuff
Just
to
in
watch.
yeah,
Shallow
like
Water and
3
Elmo.
corners.
Shallow Water to the outside, Elmo to the inside. Now Shallow gets the inside, gets the pass done. We've seen a lot of passes get completed on that corner. It's risky, like you saw with Will and
You can
James.
go here like around the outside if you do it like right, a little bit off the track, but still, if you're hanging like around the outside, I saw that a lot in practice when I was practicing this week with some people and doing some laps. I even did it on DK. I'm still proud of that.
Yeah, there is space there, but there isn't a whole lot of space. But
No,
Rush
but
By,
if you have like a really good run and you slip through him first and then go on yeah a little bit outside of track, you can pass him at the outside. You have like the perfect setup for a few corners,
it's
so
very
you can instantly make a
precise.
big gap.
Very precise move that you have to make. Right now, biggest contest is Elmo, Hypnotic, and Rushed By fighting for
James
P7.
closing up the red shift.
James and Redshift, oh, they're all three of them next to each other. Stefan running away past the camera. Is James going to try to go for something here? Redshift guards the inside. James goes even further inside. Redshift now takes the racing line. Is James going to go for it? Yes, he is. Down the inside. He's cleared him. Keeps it on track. Redshift keeps it together. Had a little bit of oversteer there. James up to P12. Very good from him. Will, unfortunately, 20 seconds back, 19th. Overheated the tires after his incident earlier with James. Just unfortunate after such a strong showing in the first race. But R. Baker and Zeif now battle for the lead heating up. Less than a second between them. Zeif just outside of
Can that
slipstream
one win
range.
this?
Oh, R. Baker with a little bit of a lockup. Is that Zeif's opportunity to close the gap? Half a second now.
Maybe
Toxic and Sir
maybe he
Chief are
can
about to get into combat.
do it in the last turn.
Toxic and Sir Chief going for it. DK hot on his heels. Art Baker with a huge slide. He might overheat the tires with that, but he kept it all gathered up very, very nicely. But Zeif is just clinical behind him. Ooh, I say that almost
Those
hits
saying
the
in
back
chat,
of Art Baker.
there was way too many boinks.
There were way too many bonks. And I'm losing my voice too. Let me take a drink of water.
Is it water or is it something else?
It is definitely water.
I have like the problem that most of the time I'm drinking like on Saturday and then I'm still have some alcohol in my blood when I'm racing on Sunday.
Sir Chief goes a little bit off the track. Toxic Boy made up the position. Toxic Boy now in the podium positions. Art Baker and Zeif still within a second. Zeif 0.8 behind. Water of choice for today. It's Kirkland. It's like the Costco brand, if you know what a Costco is.
No.
It's just what I had on hand, cold. It's just pretty bog standard water, nothing special.
Oh, I'm like most of the time drinking iced tea. I go like to almost 8 bottles a week. So
Yeah, I think tonight we're watching the Super Bowl in America here, so everyone's gonna be. I'm gonna have a lot of caffeine and whatnot. I've got a bunch of sodas in
is
the
it
fridge.
tonight?
Yeah, it is tonight.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
It should be a fairly good game. Both the teams are pretty evenly matched. Talking about evenly matched, Zeif and Art Baker. Zeif gaining some positions there. Or not positions, time. I don't think he's dropped out of half a second from Art Baker in the last couple of laps, except for a couple isolated instances. Toxic's 4.5
It's
seconds
still
back.
6 minutes to go. And Redshift loses 2 places to Jack and Nazim.
Yeah, wonder what happened to him there. Just a lot of combat.
Low
Usually
stick.
when you're in tight groups like that, you lose one place, you're going to lose both. Art Baker sets a blistering lap. I think that was him that got the fastest lap.
Bugby is saying tap water.
Tap water? It depends. Kind of depends.
I don't really like it. Most of the time I buy, like here in the Netherlands, we use Spa.
Yeah.
And it comes like direct out of the Ardennes, and that's like the best thing ever. But it's stupid expensive.
I'm sure. But our Baker goes a little bit wide. That might be more time for Zeif. And while these guys are chasing after each other, Toxic Boy, Sir Chief, and DK in 3rd, 4th, and 5th are getting there. They are beginning to slowly but surely chip away the gap. Gap's down from 4.5
and
to 3.3.
James got past no concept.
Our Baker and Zeif side by side. I was about to pan over to James fighting with Stefan, but our Baker has been passed. He's now P2. Outside looking in, Zeif has the lead right now.
Redshift just got past Nazim.
Lots of position changes. I'd like to see a whole number of position changes throughout the event, but Zeif is going to hold the inside line. Toxic Boy is right on the doorstep of fighting with these guys. Our Baker might try to defend his lead with only 4.5 minutes left. Stays in Zeif's slipstream. Will Zeif stay to the right? Yes, he will. Defends the inside line. Our Baker to the outside. Sweeps all the way to the outside. Do they keep it clean? Zeif, a little bit of a squeeze there, but both of them keep it clean.
And then got past no concept.
Toxic Boy out of nowhere. He was 4.5 seconds back from only 2 laps ago, and he's now within a second of our Baker.
And I think, if my maths is alright, and I think it's alright, Toxic wins this if it now finishes.
If
He
the
wins
math...
the overall.
Okay, I have not done any math myself, so Chief locks up, goes a bit too far to the outside. He gets passed by Shallow, and Toxic's into P2. Our Baker's dropped to 3rd. DK's now going to try to get on some of the action from P4. He's got some ground to make up, though. He's 4.5 seconds back, but like we've seen with Toxic, these guys can make that up in no time. Toxic now sizing up Zeif. Zeif has 3 minutes, 25 seconds now to defend. Can he hold off
Redshift?
the... Oh, someone's off track in the back. Might have been Sir Chief. Yes, it was, because Elmo got past him.
Yes.
Can Zeif hold off the 1 minute 29 capable Toxic? Zeif parks it on the apex. Toxic is being hounded by our Baker. Don't hit him, our Baker. Oh, this could be
Come on,
an
Zeif.
absolutely brilliant 3-way battle. Right into turn
Will
1.
DNF.
Zeif runs away. Will is going to DNF. Unfortunate race for him. Tale of 2 races for Will. Really good first race and just an unfortunate second race, but Zeif still holds on for Toxic.
The chat is still talking about the water. I don't know why. Please, guys. Please.
Cold water is the best, though. I will agree with that before we head back to commentary.
And Nazim got past Redshift again.
Nazim and
Redshift
back
got
in
past.
4th. P16. Why not? Nothing to lose at this point. And Zeif defends the inside. Toxic to the outside. Gonna go for a slipstream now. Zeif keeps defending the inside. Our Baker! Oh, almost lost it there. Keeps it together. And Toxic and Zeif. This is for the lead. Only 2 minutes. 10 seconds left.
Our Baker just lost it on the... In the end, so he...
Toxic is... Oh, he's all over the Ginetta of Zeif. Trying to get everything out of the track. Yeah, he got a little too much out of the track there. Runs off just slightly. Zeif protects the inside. He's only got about... Oh, I don't think he's close enough. I think there's going to be 2 laps left. That might spell doom for Zeif unless Art Baker comes and fights with Toxic, slowing him down. Zeif to the inside, or not Art Baker, Toxic to the outside, goes for the switchback, doesn't quite have the grip for it, and Toxic is going to follow Zeif down the pit straight. DK slowly but surely closing in with Shallow Water in tow. Elmo 6th, Sir Chief 7th, Hypnotic 8th, rushed by 9th, Matara 10th, James to 11th, Alan 12th, and Mitchell just moves up to 13th.
closing up to Stefan also, and he got past. Stefan losing another place.
3 cars at least ready to win this one, and if they all wipe out, DK's right there to pick up the pieces. Zeif is going to need to defend for this next corner, break as late as he possibly can, try to hold on to defend from Toxic. Toxic goes to the outside. This could be for the win.
Is he gonna do it?
Fairly even under braking, but Toxic is the better run. Toxic Boy to the lead, and he is in control of this race with
Tocic's now stick around,
40 seconds left. DK's closing in. I don't think he can get there fast enough. Our Baker trying to pass Zeif for second. Toxic Boy needs to go, and get on out of there.
Can we have a look at the Hypnotic battle?
Yes, Hypnotic is...
Ooh, and Ellen got past James.
Trying to... Oh, Alan and James still going at it. Did James spin? James might have half-spun because Mitchell just got past him for 12th. Near the honk, and they go by. Hypnotic and Sir Chief, side by side, rushed by.
I think Sir Chief lost it.
So close. Our Baker and Zeif separated by nothing. Is this going to be it? I think it might be. Baker
Yes.
tried to go down the inside, and
Scythe back
Scythe!
up second.
This is
Come on.
it! Right
He's
here, the
gonna
run
do
to
it.
the line. Toxic Boy will win. I think that'll be the event for him. Zyph holds on
Yes.
from R. Baker from
Second.
DK.
DK
Shallow
fourth,
Water for
Shallow
5th. Elmo
Almost
6th. Hypnotic holds off Rushed By for 7th and 8th respectively. Sir Chief 9th. Matara rounds out that top 10. Allen is going to survive the attack from James, and he'll get 11th. Mitchell 12th. James 13th. Stefan very close in 14th. Jack Lantern 15th. Redshift will lead Nazim from 16th and 17th respectively. Bogdan 18th and Will DNF'd. Absolutely fantastic race to watch. I mean, excellent battles as a murder occurs on screen. I'm so sorry you had to see that.
As always.
But all the way up and down the field, the racing has just been incredible. Tight stuff the whole way.
Who shall we get for
donuts.
Of course. Shall I get DK here for the interview?
Absolutely. Get DK, Toxic, maybe R. Baker if you can. I think that's going to do it for the on-track action, though, chat, for the Charge
I'm getting DK
Weekly
first.
Pro Split.
And we have DK in the chat.
Hello.
DK, what happened?
Nothing.
mean-
Why are...
What a great
You
charge
were
through
like-
the field you had, though, to finish
Yeah.
P4 all the way from the back. How was that? Especially in the middle of the pack, a lot of action going on.
It could have been better, to be honest, because when I was behind Sir Chief on the, on the high speed section after the turn, when you go full speed, the left turn, right, and
Yeah?
I was behind Sir Chief there, and he was going 150, and I couldn't have passed him there, so I lost there like 2 seconds. So if I wouldn't lose those 2 seconds, I could have been in a battle for a podium. But never mind.
I mean, that was a fantastic race to watch. You and Toxic dueling it out side by side, and then charging through the field in the second race. How intense was qualifying for you? There wasn't much separating you guys at all.
It wasn't. I just did my best, and he was better. That's all.
Very close, very close. Awesome racing, great job today, great driving. And I just can't wait to see the next one. If the racing's this good for the next one. I don't know if I'll want to commentate or drive, but thanks for dropping by.
You'll see.
I'm directing you back, DK. Bye. Who shall I get next?
Let's get is Toxic in there.
I'm looking.
I don't think he's.
And no, I don't think.
Does he have a different name on Discord?
Not that I know. Shall I get Scythe for
Yeah, let's get Zyph in here.
Again. Oh no.
Boys.
There we have Will.
Oh, there's Will.
Will, what
So-
happened?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, great fun in the first race, and then James had a really shaky exit coming out of tower, and then I was catching up to him, left him enough space on the inside because I had gotten killed there before, and he didn't quite leave the space on the next little S there, and we made contact. I spun while still having my foot in it, and then as I got hit by I think 2 more people, my rear left tire went up to 90 degrees Celsius, and I could not turn into a corner without spinning again. So I had to take a whole lap going like a quarter speed to cool down the tires. And then by the time I could go back up to speed, I was, I think, 30 seconds down on Bogdan. So I just backed out because I wasn't going to get any points anyways for that race. It was just a damn shame.
Yeah, we got a
I would-
great look at that battle in the second race. You in the first race, you had an absolutely fantastic overtake to secure P3, and then you held on for the rest of the race. That was a great
man, it
pass. Your first
Elmo
race
and I
was
were just cheering each other on at the end, just like, holy shit, that was
Yeah,
such a good fight.
Your first race was just amazing to watch. A non-stop fight. We'd like to focus on it the whole thing, but there were just excellent battles up and down the field. When you watch the VOD, you'll see it. But your first race was just absolutely fantastic. That overtake was just brilliant. One of the moves of the race. And then for the second race, we caught you and James just getting together, the half spin. And then when you were backwards, we saw you try to reverse off of the racing line right where people were trying to avoid. Just a bad
Yeah,
situation.
it was just a mess. I mean, I still had a lot of fun. It was just really unlucky in the second race, but I'm definitely gonna go back and rewatch the VODs.
Yeah, a bit of a tale of two races for you, and we were talking about it on stream. Once you get those tires heated up, there is not a whole lot you can do for grip. But
Yeah.
thanks for putting on a great show. Thanks for racing, giving us a lot of fun. We hope to see
Yeah.
you in the next one.
Hell yeah. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
So,
Zyph?
who do you want next? Maybe an Ellen?
Can we not get Zyph?
Sure, I'm getting Scythe. Scythe, I got you again. Sorry.
Hello.
How about the finish to that second race? The last few laps were just fantastic to watch.
Could have won. Toxic was just so fast.
He was I think he gained about 4.5 seconds on you and R Baker in a lap or two. So
Yeah,
he was alien fast.
when I had like a little bit of clean air still, and I could just push. He wasn't catching me that quickly, but the second I caught up with our Baker and I had that overtake done, he was still behind me trying to like look if he could overtake me again, and like that little battle just cost us 2 seconds. And after that, Toxic just had the slipstream, and he could just overtake me.
Yeah, Toxic was
Scythe.
fast all day.
He was so quick.
Scythe, we got some questions from the chat, from a certain heater. Why wasn't he allowed to race?
Well, it was pretty easy actually. I just asked Toaster to pick if he wanted to race between rookies or pros for today, because he wanted to race in the rookie split very bad, and he asked like a million times. So that's the quick answer.
Okay, then I'm not going further on it, but I just wanted to ask. It was so cool to see you battle with people. And I was like saying, when we're like between where you just left channel, I think Scythe can maybe win this, even from a little bit further back if he
Yeah.
through the field.
You just
And
think
then we
that's-
had at the end really good battle with you watching. Yeah.
I thought that I was gonna win as well the second I had the overtake done on R Baker.
Yeah,
But
then you
it was
look in your
just
mirrors and Toxic is right there.
I was in the middle, and I was like, ooh, final lap.
Yeah.
And then that T1 was fine, and the chicane was fine, but he was just already like 3 tenths behind me, and he already was next to my car in that turn, and he just went around the outside, and there was not much I could do. And then he
Yeah.
just drove off. And then because I had to take a bit of a defensive line, I had our Baker behind me as well, so it was a bit hairy at the end because we were side by side in the final corner. But luckily, I had the inside, and it was only a short run to the line, so that was no problem.
Yeah, it was a fantastic three-way battle to see UR Baker and Toxic. Toxic was just alien fast today, him and DK. And watching them come all
Oh
the way
yeah,
through the field to challenge at the end, you and R Baker, and then Toxic and DK catching, very, very great racing. Just as good as anything I've seen in Charge. And yeah, hopefully, my commentating was even close to the racing, but you did a really good job in that second
it
race.
was awesome. Thank you for commentating.
Yeah, thanks for putting on all this stuff. It's really fun to race in, talk over, and watch.
It's an absolute honor that I'm able to just host this with everyone, and with everyone from the staff and everyone from the team and everyone that just puts time into this community. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, we wouldn't do it if we didn't think it was so much fun to do. Thanks for putting it on.
Actually, no.
Thank you. I'm gonna go join the others. Thank you thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by.
Nice Scythe. So, do you want any other people?
I don't know. Maybe it's up to you. Maybe DK or James or something.
DK we had already.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna drag in James, cause yes, it's
Okay.
James. Quick,
Oh, hi guys.
How about that?
James, what happened?
I didn't do as much practice as I would have liked, and everyone was really quick, and I made a couple of mistakes.
How about the finish to that first race? You and Alan were.
Oh, it was great.
I
Yeah,
thought Alan had
just
you,
got
and
me.
then the timing board showed you, and then Zyfe came in and said Alan got it. No one could tell. It was great finish.
I could swear Alan finished ahead of me. We'll have to take a look at the server tracker.
I think you may have.
I'm
got
sure Alan got me. On the timing on my screen, he had me by like 100th. It was a shame. I was doing well in the first race. I was really pleased with my opening lap. I went from 11th to 5th, and then I just had a bit of contact with Hypnotics. And then after that, my tires were hot and I was recovering. But it's a shame. I would have loved to have had 5th in that race, but it's well, that's how it is. And then in the second race, again, I was really pleased with my start. There was that big crash at the start, and I couldn't really avoid it. I had all of a sudden. I think it was Redshift was trying to avoid someone. He just came into my field of view, and I ended up touching him. And then, what was my fault? A couple laps later, though, I just cut well off on the chicane because it's really tight there, and I ended up causing a crash. So, I was saying in the chat earlier before the race, I haven't had a penalty in quite a while, and I'm probably going to get one this week.
We didn't get the best angle of the contact, but we did see the aftermath, and
yeah, I tried to leave him too
Will,
much space. Yeah, I tried to leave him too much space on the first part of the chicane, and then it just meant that I put a wheel on the grass and. I was at the point where I couldn't correct my car, and then I just ended up cutting him off. And then I was hoping it was just me gone, but then Will started sliding, and then a couple other people piled in, unfortunately. And I'm sorry for wrecking Will's race.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got sideways and then tried to back off the racing line into a couple cars doing evading action. He had to drop out of the race.
Yeah, we'll have an unpack and go through it all in the stewarding session on Monday, so it's all good.
It's probably gonna be a 6-hour steward session again.
Nah, it won't be that bad. But yeah, anyway, well, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for doing such a great job on the commentary, Camo. I've heard a lot of really good things about you. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet, but because I've been busy both splits. But thank you so much for giving your time today, and Stephen as well. Thank you so much for being part of this, guys. I really can't thank you enough for making this happen. Thank you. I hope you had a good time on the Twitch. I hope the chat's had fun too.
I think Chat had fun. Chat, did you
yeah,
have fun?
Toaster, yes.
Yeah, Toaster was a naughty boy today, so he can talk to Zyfe about it.
They were like, at one point they were talking about water. It's just like water, and that's it.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to leave you there, guys. I've got to go look at reports from the rookie race. But thank you so much, guys. Wicked job tonight, Cam and Stephen. I'll see you guys real soon. Have a good night.
Have a good night, James.
Bye.
I think that's gonna do it for this one. Everyone wants to see the VOD.
Yes.
But yeah, I think we'll roll the outro. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the. I think someone donated bits and somebody subbed. It was Smith 8K. You subbed. Thank you for that. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stick around.
Thank you for having me.
Week. Thanks for being in the commentary box, Steven, keeping up with everything that I couldn't keep up with. Middle of the calamity.
Sorry, that's like the only thing I do in this moment.
You did a really good job of it, because I can't watch the whole timing board all at once.
Oh yes, I can. I'm like, that's stupid.
Alright, well, thanks for commentating with me. Thanks, chat, for stopping by, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great night, everybody, or morning.